And we're live, and we got two very special guests. We got Phat Samurai Guy, first time on the channel, and Eric. I think this was your second time?
Yes.
2 weeks in a row. And of course, me and Ryan and myself. And tonight we're mostly going to be talking about Sonny Chiba. Damn, look at this shit. So Samurai, I'm gonna call you Samurai because I don't know if people know your real name, and I don't want to dox you. But Samurai, if you're not aware of our format, we show off our pickups first for the week. So
yeah, go ahead, have fun.
Ryan, if you want to go first, if you have anything to show.
Sure. I pulled a few that are relevant to the channel, and then one that I think a few people that watch us normally are going to laugh at. But one that I think is really good design is Unbreakable, the new Steelbook.
Ooh.
M. Night Shyamalan's. It's got the glass aesthetic going on. Really nice.
Nice.
And then very, very on brand for this channel, I got the two new Shout Factory releases of Kubo and the Two Strings and Paranorman from Leica. These actually have brand new features. So a lot of people were worried about double dipping on these. These are worth it, and they're going for like $15, brand new, and they're on the Best Buy shelves. Can't really argue with that. And then the one that a lot of people don't know and might make fun of because we haven't talked about it on this channel. I'm a big fan of live theater. Huge fan. Loved it for a long time. I've always wanted to see the SpongeBob musical, and they finally released it on Blu-ray.
That's awesome.
Nice.
It is award-winning. It's supposed to be incredible. Some people I know went to it live and literally would not stop talking about it for 4 months to the point I wanted to stab him in the neck. So can't wait to see this. Just came in. That's what I got. Now show off your import because it's freaking amazing.
Well, wait. Let's see if Eric has anything. Because if Eric has anything, I'll let him go. I'll let him go next.
I got like 8 things this week.
Well, go ahead.
Nice.
Through them.
Just go ahead and do it.
Drive with Mark Dacascos.
Yes.
This is a good one.
Hell yeah.
We got the Uchida collection. This is Violence Voyager
Nice.
and Burning Buddha Man, which are like, they're not, I can't even really call them animated. They're like cutout figures to backdrops, and they're
Like
violent and insane.
Weird stop motion almost.
Yeah.
It's Asian South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The snake girl and the silver-haired witch.
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Right.
Which that one blows me away that came out. Like out of everything from Dai's Well, they chose that.
Duel to the death.
Yeah.
It's just this is my week. It's insane. It keeps going. Robo Tricks.
Oh, you got it.
Nice.
Insane release.
Nice.
And I have more. Look. Ricky O, the story.
Ricky O!
Oh!
Woo!
And then the last two, a little Mamoto Oshii action. I got what is possibly my favorite anime film of all time, Angel's Egg on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
This movie's phenomenal.
Yes, it is.
And then finally, I got this is a big one too, the Pat Labor Complete Collection.
Fuck yeah, dude. That is an amazing box set.
How much?
That's one
was
of my
that,
favorite animes.
This was, I used the gift certificate on this. I think it was only like $70 or something. It's not that much for the whole series, the spin-offs and all the movies.
Yeah, that's a killer deal.
All right.
I had that I think a year, maybe 2 ago when they first put it out. They also put out Votoms around the same time. But my Rikio and Robotrix is leaving the UK, so I have to wait probably another month, which sucks. But in the meantime, I got volume 2 of the Django collection.
Nice.
Most of these are terrible. Most of these are absolutely trash.
Django.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much hooked on shitty spaghetti westerns.
It's
And
fun.
just in that box set, you have 0.0003% of the Django films.
Yeah. Well, some of these have come out in other labels. This is a weird release because the first one's getting reprinted. Orbit has it already. Amazon's listed for like October something, and then this one's going for like $100 for some strange reason. But I found it for $30, so I picked it up. Eric already talked over this or mentioned this, but Duel to the Death. One of my favorite just swordplay films. I think the best ninja movie, possibly.
Yeah, there's some awesome ninjas in there.
There's like exploding ninjas, like almost mecha in ninjas that combine and make a 10-foot ninja. There's booby ninjas. There's so many ninjas in this movie, And then probably the single coolest thing I've gotten in a long time is a German import of Golden Mask, which is a Thai film with art by Kung Fu Bob. So there's three versions of this. Each of them have 333 copies, and each have a different cover. But I picked the one from Kung Fu Bob, obviously. And this is a media book, so they have the book built in on the inside. I think this release is great. I think this movie's a ton of fun too.
Which one is that?
This is Golden Mask, but this is the German import. It has English subtitles, and I read the book. I just held Google Translate up to the book and was reading through that. Great, dude. This movie is awesome. It's a ton of fun. It looks great, and this is from the Vengeance Pack. They've mostly done Shaw stuff over in Germany, but this is their first, I believe, their first non-Shaw Brothers kung fu movie, and low budget, creepy, ton of fun. That's my favorite thing I've gotten all year probably so far.
Gotta love low budget, creepy, and ton of fun movies.
That's pretty much. I mean, yeah. So tonight,
while we're speaking on it, we should talk to all of our millionaire fans that tune in every single week and say, can somebody open a goddamn premium company in the U.S. so we don't have to pay up the nose for German media books and South Korean one-clicks of amazing movies? Somebody open something here.
Why do wait, Ryan? You can probably answer this question. Why didn't media books ever take off in the States? It's such a cool format.
I mean, the sad thing is, it's probably just because our physical media died a lot quicker than in other countries. The internet capabilities of the home media market was not as advanced as in the U.S. for many years, so their physical media kept being advanced further than ours was.
This is like I only have 2 media books. I have one for the new Godfathers, which is like a Eurocrime flick, again Germany, and then now this, and just the amount of like love that's put into this, like it's sewn into the case, it's sewn binding. You get all the posters from every region for this movie in the back. It's a great thing, and I wish we had more media books. It's so cool.
Absolutely,
really, really cool. Oh, and we got Fanatical Dragon is here. What's going on, buddy?
Fanatical Dragon.
He's awesome. He has one of my favorite channels.
Nice.
Actually, I used to talk about Sonny Chiba. He's been uploading the Yagyu Conspiracy and Shadow Warriors episodes on his channel.
Oh,
so all week I've just been binging those. I actually didn't watch a single movie. I've been watching Sonny Chiba television shows.
Shadow Warriors,
rad.
man.
But yeah, tonight we're talking about Sonny Chiba, who
wait.
Oh, you got
pickups too. I got something. I'm being left out, man. You guys are too cool, man. Leave me in the dust. All right. Most recent thing I got, no biggie, but finally, Gangs of London.
Dude.
Nice. Finally. How long? Why did it take so long for this to come out on Blu-ray over here? I don't understand. It was on DVD forever. Finally, it's on Blu-ray.
I think I got it from Umbrella last year. I think I've had that for a while. Or like earlier this year.
An Australian release?
Yeah, it came out from Umbrella, and I instantly pre-ordered it because that show I think is great. That show is amazing. Have you seen it?
No.
I have not.
Finally. Everyone's been asking me to review it. They've been, come on, Samurai, for the past I don't know how long.
Dude, Samurai, you're going to love.
I'm like, I refuse to buy this on DVD unless it's the only way to get it, right?
Now, I will say about that show is that it jumps the shark plot-wise.
Okay.
Just go in and let it take you. Just let it take you for the ride. Episode 5 is directed by Gareth Evans, who did The Raid. He directs the first episode, directs all the fight scenes, but then he directs episode 5 as well. Nice. And episode 5 is the craziest piece of television I've ever seen. It is, oh, dude, the camera stuff he does in that episode is just... It's amazing. So how many episodes is Gangs? It's weird because in the UK it's 9, and I think here it's 10. I think it's 10 episodes here in the States.
Did the timestamps just get divided differently?
It says
or is there
9 hours
bonus?
and 14 minutes.
It's what they did was they broke it. The first episode's supposed to be 2 episodes combined, and they got labeled as such. But then in the States, and that show was supposed to come out on Cinemax. And then it was supposed to go to HBO once Cinemax fell into HBO Max or whatever. And then it went to AMC, but streaming only. for like 6 months, and then now it's on AMC. Like you can watch it on TV. Very weird. And now AMC is going to produce, like they're going to pay for the production of season 2. So I don't know how they're going to do that because that show pushes what can be shown on American television. Like,
I mean, AMC's been on the forefront of a lot of things. You got to realize, I mean, Breaking Bad was a lot of this, the first that really came out and took some of this by storm. And that was, God, that first season was what, 2008? Something like that?
Was it really 2008?
Yeah, the first season.
Christ.
And them and FX, they took the cable market by storm in the mid-2000s.
There's stuff in that even I was like, they showed this on television in Britain. Like, holy fuck. Like, guy getting point blank MP5'd. Just
sweet.
But yeah, it's great. But Gareth Evans, man, he's got that Netflix movie coming out. I've been following it on Instagram. I'm hoping it's good. But tonight we're talking about the late, great Sonny Chiba. Born, Eric, can you pronounce his name? Sadaho Mahida?
Sadaho Maeda?
Yeah. He was born in 1939. He sadly died, last month? Like over a month ago, right? August 19th. He was 82. And I feel like he's one of the last remaining members of like that prime Japanese entertainment. Like if you combine everything, tokusatsu, manga, directors, actors, he's like one of the last. I think the only one left who's kind of tail end in that generation is Hiroyuki Sanada. He's kind of like almost, he's 60, right? He's like barely in that age group, but Kenji Fukusaku's gone, Kazuo Koike's gone, Bunta Sugawara is gone as well.
I think Tetsuya Nakadai is still hanging around though.
Is he really?
I think so.
Jesus, how old is he?
I'll look it up.
He's got to be at least 90. Right?
Eric, he had a movie not too long ago, right?
Did he really?
I think he was still a badass in it too, man. Like fucking dudes up. That dude's a legend, man. I love that guy. Sword of Doom. That guy's just great.
Yeah, he's 88 years old, baby.
Jesus, man, he's still hanging in.
Yeah, he's got a movie coming out soon.
What is it, Japanese Clint Eastwood?
He's not that racist. Calm down.
Last Days of the Samurai coming out in 2022.
Look at it, there it is.
Literally, probably is the last day for him as a samurai. Speaking of Clint Eastwood, Cry Macho. My lord, they were originally supposed to cast Arnold Schwarzenegger in that role. Would have worked 100 times better because he goes to punch somebody and you can tell it's a 91-year-old man winding that punch up. And like he goes like this Mexican town, there's like Mexican cuties everywhere, and they're like all into him. I'm like, really? Yeah, like okay.
I don't know, man. Clint's kind of a pimp, so I don't know. I don't know. He might be able to pull it off.
I love that Flip sent me the reviews from Letterboxd. All of the reviews in Spanish were 5 stars. All of the English reviews were like 2 and 3 stars.
Yeah. Everything in Spanish, people were like, mucho gracias, amazing. And then all the English reviews were like, this is a racist movie. It's like, I can't tell what is happening.
Wow.
But yeah.
Did you like it?
I mean, I liked it for what it is. I just wish he originally wanted to make it when he was around Unforgiven. So like 92, 93 is when he originally planned on making it, which would have made sense because in the book, he's supposed to be like 50, 60, not 91 fucking years old.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, he was supposed to be in it. I feel like he's more nimble.
Cry Macho.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a fine movie. I did tear up a little bit. It's got some heartwarming stuff, but yeah. So back to Sonny Chiba. He starred in over 125 films and over 200 episodes of television. He got his start. His first television role was in a tokusatsu show. And then he eventually went on and did some movies. But he's mostly known here for Street Fighter and Hattori Hanzo in Kill Bill, which is amazing. And have you guys ever seen the Shadow Warrior show?
Yes.
It's so good. It's such a good show. Ryan, it's so much fun. Like I said,
keep in mind, my role for tonight is to be the ignorant bastard that you guys are teaching. I've seen him play Hattori Hanzo. I've seen Street Fighter. Yeah. I think that might have been it.
It's all good, man.
Hey, hot take. I think the first Street Fighter movie isn't very good.
Oh,
I think what comes later is amazing.
That's it. I'm leaving.
No,
that's all good.
He's such a powerhouse, just a powerhouse actor. I remember being a little kid. I mean, this is gonna age me. I'm only 30, but when Kill Bill came out,
I'm only 30.
How old are you? Because you
put it this way. This haircut, this mohawk I got right here. The name of it is the midlife crisis, motherfucker. That's the name of it. There you go. That's should sum it up.
At least you have hair. I lost. Look at this. I'm thinning, dude. It's so bad. Got that.
I think you look hardcore badass. You just shave it to the skin, bro, and leave the beard. You look badass. I think.
I did that. This is funny. I did that, and I was wearing a Berserk mask after what's his name? The mangaka of Berserk died, and a known white supremacist in town goes, "I like your Nordic rune mask, brother." And I was like, "All right, I'm not going to the skin." Yeah, I'm like, I'll just look like a bald wop for the rest of my time. But when did you guys? Yeah, back to Chiba. When did you guys first see Sonny Chiba, and what was like the first thing you saw of him that made a lasting impact?
Okay, I'll go first. I'll say two things. So one, I went into Suncoast. What is that?
I remember Suncoast.
Oh my god! I went to
Suncoast in LA.
Oh wow, Suncoast, and they had this 50-pack martial arts box set, just all kinds of stuff in there, and all three of the Street Fighter movies are on there. And there was another movie called Immortal Kombat. So I didn't know who Sonny Chiba was. I was like, oh, what is? I'm thinking that this is part of the game. This is based off the game. Did this inspire the game? What is this? Popped it in. I was like, oh, this is okay. This has nothing to do with the video game. But my introduction to Chiba was just sheer brutality. I was like, dude, Bruce Lee is the fucking man. I love Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee would palm strike a motherfucker's crotch, and that person will die on impact, right? But then when I discovered Sonny Chiba, I was like, oh, he's the total opposite of Bruce Lee. He will grab, twist, and rip off somebody's dick and balls and then feed it to the dog. Okay? I was like, yo, I've never seen a martial arts guy like this. This dude's, we got before Mortal Kombat, son, X-ray punches to the dome. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this was like, I was like, yo. And let's be honest, the character of Terry Tsurugi, he was just, he's not a good guy. He's not really a good guy. He's a mercenary that kind of fucks with other villains. So it was very different than the goody two-shoe roles I'm used to seeing Kung Fu heroes play all the time. It was nice to see something totally different. Plus, you got classic lines, with his when he was getting his ass kicked in the karate dojo, and here's the words of his father who's passed away. Listen, my son, trust no one. You must become a number one man, right? Just too many iconic moments. I mean, ripping the dude's throat out. This is pre-Roadhouse, son. Okay, yep. This was like great shit, And the other Street Fighter movies are fun, but they're not as good as the first one, in my opinion. But the other one was Immortal Kombat with Roddy Piper, Sonny Chiba, and Roddy Piper. And I wish that movie had a bigger budget, and I wish there was a lot more care to it, because their chemistry, the movie's bad. The movie's not good. But their chemistry, Sonny Chiba and teaming up with Roddy Piper and them fucking with each other, is gold. We could have used a whole TV show in the 80s with Sonny Chiba teaming up with Roddy Piper. Would have been gold.
That would have been amazing.
They're worth watching in that movie, but the movie's not good. But yeah, that was my discovery of the guy.
Eric, how about you?
I didn't watch Sonny Chiba films when I was a kid. First time I saw him was probably Kill Bill.
Yeah.
And I find his career so hard to get a handle on. He's doing so much freaking stuff. So I like get confused about all these films that he's been in, and I've never really done like a streak, because a lot of times with like a director, I could like do a streak and hammer out like most of their films, or even some actors you can knock out like all their best stuff. But just narrowing down Sonny Chiba's like best stuff is just so hard.
It's intimidating.
It is.
And a lot of it, I don't know. It's like some stuff sticks out, like Street Fighter stuff, but then other stuff like, for example, he directed a film. He directed, wait, what is this? Yeah, 1 or 2 films. There was a film in 1990 that he directed called Yellow Fangs with Hiroyuki Sanada, and it was about a killer bear. And so like it's like you find stuff like this that he wasn't actually acting in, but he directed, and it almost bankrupted him because the movie didn't do well. But it was a pretty good flick. So it's kind of like it's so hard to just get a handle on this guy. But I like most of the stuff I've seen him in, but I feel like I'm still overwhelmed by the sheer amount of his filmography, and I feel like I'm missing a lot of like gems. So it's kind of a work in progress for me.
So, like I've told stories before, I grew up in a restaurant. My parents owned a pizza place, and I had a little closet with a TV, VHS, DVD player, Super Nintendo. And I remember I was at my grandmother's house, and I think Kill Bill had just came out in physical media. And I don't remember if it was a DVD or VHS, but I remember watching it and loving it. And I brought it to the restaurant. My uncle let me borrow it, even though my mom said no. She was like, it's too violent. Because especially the Crazy 88 scene. She was like, what the fuck, no. My mom tried to be as good of a mom as possible. My dad didn't give a shit what I watched. He's like, whatever, dude. It's just a movie. It's not going to bother you. So I was sitting there in the back room watching it, and one of the employees was putting something away, and he goes, oh, that's fucking Sonny Chiba. And I was like, who? He's like, dude, that's Hattori Hanzo. And he was like, you ever seen True? He's like, you ever seen True Romance? He did the whole line from that movie. So I eventually just went, he started giving me random DVDs, Street Fighter, random samurai movies like GI Samurai, and just being like, okay, this guy's fucking awesome. And then as I've gotten older and I'm starting to tailor my collection to my taste 100%, it's so funny because you'll be on Amazon and you'll be looking for Sonny Chiba movies, and there's like 3 separate box sets of just samurai movies alone that he's in. He's in so much stuff. Like, just like Eric said, I was like, I'm going to try to collect as much Sonny Chiba as possible. And then I eventually put a pause on it because there is just an overwhelming amount of stuff. This week I did watch Shogun Samurai, which is a weird movie because it's got him in it and it's got Toshiro Mifune in it as well. And they're both only in it for like maybe 10 minutes each. Like, they're briefly in the movie. Directed by Kenji Fukasaku, which he worked with Fukasaku and that character, Jubei Mitsuyoshi, who's a real samurai. But he did serious movies as him. He did comic goofy movies as him. And he's done over, I think, 77 episodes of a TV show based around that time period. And 112 episodes of Shogun or Shadow Warriors. Which I don't know if you guys have seen past, because we only got one season of that show here. Yeah. If you guys have seen past that, he plays fucking Hattori Hanzo through different generations. He just plays like the grandson. He's like, oh, this is Hattori Hanzo the 5th, and then the next season it'll be a generation forward. He's like, this is he's in so much stuff. And then even like was it the Battles Without Honor and Humanity series? He's in, I think, what, 2 of those, and you're like, oh shit, that's Sonny Chiba. Like, he's just in this movie with all these other great actors. But my overall favorite role of him is probably Golgo 13 and Doberman Cop. Doberman Cop, he's just such a badass in that movie. So, yeah, that's a fantastic release from Arrow.
I just watched this and another movie over here I would like to talk about when we get
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
All right, so I just watched both of these yesterday to prepare for today's Shinichi Chibi stream. Okay, both of these both based off of
Wolf Guy.
Manga. Wolf Guy is awful.
Manga. And when I was watching, I can't disagree with you, Disconnected. But But for some reason, I kind of pulled a flip and I went with it. Like I just because at the beginning I was like, "What is going on, Wolf Guy? What is going on?" I thought we were getting some Wolf Cop action. That's why I blind bought this. I was like, "Yo, Sonny Chiba as a werewolf cop. What's going on?" This was one of the most bizarre exploitation movies I've ever seen. There's a lot of bloops. You get a lot of bloops in here, a lot of boobies. But there was one scene that I just posted on Instagram. I don't know if you guys seen it. I don't know if you've seen it, Flip, because I started to smile. I was like, this is so ridiculous. But it was the scene where they got ambushed, and he's at the top of a hill, and the bad guys are at the bottom. There's like 30 of them, and they just gun spray the fuck out of him, and he's just squibs everywhere, just blah, blah, getting shot in the front, getting shot in the back, and then that annoys him, and he turns around pissed. Leaps off the hill multiple times, jumps on the guys closest to him in midair, grabs the gun, turns around, and just Rambos the shit out of everyone else. I was like, okay, movie. I'm enjoying the ridiculousness. But yeah, out of both of these, Doberman Cop was a pretty hard-boiled, badass.
It's a good movie.
I did not know Chiba did the real stunt in this.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
really him going down the building.
It had to have been.
I was like, dude, I didn't know he did Jackie Chan type of stunts. I didn't know he did that. Like, that was insane.
I do want to say one thing about Wolf Cop. I didn't own it for the longest time because I remember it being bad.
Yeah.
And a friend messaged me and said, dude, I've just watched a movie that you would totally love. It's right up your alley. And I was like, okay, cool. And I go, what is it? He goes, Wolf Cop. And I was like, oh shit, maybe I'm just remembering it poorly. And I bought it and I was like, this is what people think of my taste. Like I was like, really? Wolf Cop, dude?
Did you watch the special features?
I did not watch all
the interview of the director on here is funny. So when they interviewed him, he's like, I don't know anything about werewolf movies. Werewolf movies are not my genre.
How surprising.
I was going to say, you don't say.
but the manga was so popular that they kept pushing me to do it. And I was just like, fine, I want to make a movie. Fuck it. All right, they're giving me the green light to make a movie. How can I turn it down, right? So he said they had no time and they had no budget to do it. So that's why there's no werewolf transformations in the movie. That's why there's none of that in the film, because they had no time or no budget. And he says, I don't remember it. They even was talking to him about an actress that's in the movie, and he goes, I don't even remember her being in the movie. And then he's like, I don't remember it, and I don't really have a lot of fond memories of it. And then he goes, well, why are you asking me all these questions? Are they planning on releasing this in America? And they go, yes. And he goes, oh, well, then thank you, everyone. Thank you. He like totally changed his tune. He's like, oh, thank you. Thank you for that. But you know what? For some strange reason, I don't regret owning it.
Yeah, I still have it in my collection. I think it's fun. I need to make my wife watch it. I'm going to tell her it's my favorite movie of all time and just make her be like, really? But there's a weird era in Japanese culture where like everything was so weird. And I read, I don't know if this is true, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I read that mushrooms were legal in Japan up until like 1980 something. And when they got outlawed, you quit getting shit like Wolf Guy and like, you know what I mean? Just like bizarro weird stuff. So maybe he doesn't remember it because he was fucked up on mushrooms the whole time.
What's funny is, as batshit insane this is, I went straight from this to this right after. And, you get the funky soundtrack, Waka Chicka Waka Chicka soundtrack, and then the credits open up, and then Sonny Chiba, when he arrives on screen, is wearing a straw hat carrying a fucking pig.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on? Keep in mind, I went from crazy to this. And, like, so I'm like, what is happening? Still hilarious. It's hilarious. It's good. So
it's actually a pretty good back-to-back double feature.
Doberman Cop, I really enjoyed that. I posted a clip of that on Instagram too. Just him.
Kenji Fukusaku, man, he was on a roll.
Yeah,
for a while.
He was good.
He was great. Rest in peace to him too. Fanatical Dragon says Doberman Cop is based on the manga by Beronson, Fist of the North Star creator. So that's pretty awesome. And then John says Wolf Guy is a major letdown. Which honestly, yeah, I mean, if I did drugs, I would totally watch.
Hey, the Hitman showed up in his house and just happened to have a rat. He happened to have a mouse inside his shirt to throw and distract Sonny Chiba. And Chiba's like, it's ridiculous.
Now, Ryan,
but I had fun with it.
Do you know anything about Sonny Chiba? Like, what's your favorite thing of his?
To say favorite thing, like I've seen Wolf Guy. I've seen Wolf Guy. I've seen both the Kill Bills, and I've seen, I believe, most of Doberman Cop. I don't think I got to finish it yet, and that's just because I had access to them. And the sad thing is, I have the Street Fighter, we've talked about that. I've seen the the one we talked about. I've seen the Street Fighter. I've not finished the rest of them. I've also not seen Sister Street Fighter, even though I have it. I know he's in that as well.
He's only in one, right? He's only in one.
A small, appearance. Yeah.
It's basically a handoff, from what I was told.
Yeah.
So I've got all those. Favorite, I'd probably have to go with Kill Bill, but that's only because that movie, first off, it's the first thing I saw from him. But beyond that, it's I don't even know if we've talked about this on this channel yet. I grew up in the desert in California, and there was a lot of stuff that was filmed near my house. And the trailer scene from the beginning of Kill Bill Volume 2 with the snake in the trailer was filmed in my hometown about 1.5 miles from my house.
Wow.
So, yeah, I was around that. I was on the set of the Eric Bana Hulk movie that was filmed out by me. I actually did security work on that set for a little while.
You're a tall guy, so that's...
Yeah, aren't you like 7'5"?
I am, but I was also 15 when I was doing security work.
How tall are you, Samurai?
Oh, I'm not. I'm your average size big guy. I'm not that big. I look big on camera. That's
how tall? I'm
last
5'6".
year I was 6'4". I'm a year older, so I'm 6'3.5".
Oh, I'm not that tall. 6'4". Fuck all of you.
Disconnected. Hey, let's team up, man. Tag team champions. Let's go into pro wrestling.
I'm in it.
And Eric, you're gonna be the manager.
Yeah.
With the mohawk, you and I are this exact same height.
And I'm still the fucking shortest person in this group.
Well, that's a given, yeah.
You'll just help us cheat during our matches.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that my dad is tall. He's like 6'3", 6'4". And I got my mom's genes. So I'm 5'6". My wife's taller than me. Sucks.
And now you wear her jeans.
No.
Hey, big's overrated, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't get on rides. Can't buy clothes. It sucks. Can't find sneakers. It's a pain in the ass. Don't worry about it.
I'm still fat, so I can't find any of those things, too. I just don't have the height advantage. I'm still huge, so it's like, whoa, you know? You're trying to make me feel better, and you actually made me feel worse.
Not only are you not tall, you're also very slow.
Yeah. I'm so old. I'm feeling like shit. So, on top of everything, all his movies, 6 fucking black belts this guy had. 6 black belts. What the... Was he on coke? Yeah, that's it? Was he on coke? How the fuck does somebody have the time to star in 125 plus movies, 200 episodes of television, and be disciplined enough to train not only just one martial art, 6 martial arts? He's got a black belt in ninjutsu. He's a real ninja. Which is why I think probably Shadow Warrior is so fucking awesome, dude. Like,
and you know why he's a real ninja? But because he doesn't go around telling people he's a real ninja. I've come across martial artists that say, "Oh, I'm a ninja." I'm like, "Oh, really?" That's nice. Good for you, my friend.
Their technique is probably the same as American Ninja 2, where they run out on the beach as ninjas.
Oh man!
Now, have you guys seen
Flip? He was a gymnast too, right?
He was a gymnast too.
Yeah,
that's
he trained underneath Masoyama in karate, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He was in Deadly Outlaw Rekka as well. Which, have you guys ever seen that?
I still need to see that.
I think I have it on DVD somewhere.
I have the Arrow release, and I gave Ryan my old release. Man, he's just in so much stuff, dude, and it's so sad that he passed away because he's one of the greats. He's one of the greats. Yeah, 120 over 125 films. What's your 3 favorite films of his?
Oof, that's hard. Well, I won't do top 3 because that would be really difficult. Just 3 randoms. I'm gonna say Shogun Shadow, which I kind of briefly mentioned earlier, because the fighting in that movie is amazing, and he's kind of like what is the other movie with Henry Sonata? Shogun's Ninja, which is another really good one. Very bizarre music choice. Have you guys seen that one, Shogun's Ninja? With Sonata's like the star now. Sonny Chiba's kind of taking a step back. Really great fighting in it. It's a good movie, and they fight at the end. But the music's weird, man. It's bizarre. It's like jazzy.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it like jazz funk music?
Like, okay. But other than that, it's a good movie. But Shogun Shadow, he really doesn't really fight a lot until the very end, until the last final duel. But all of the fighting, it's actually got a pretty big budget. Pretty amazing stuff. Shogun Shadow. But yeah, there's so many. There's Karate Bear Fighter. There's Karate Warriors. Street Fighter, I'll throw in there by default. But the third one, believe it or not, is still a small role. It's The Fall of Ako Castle.
Yeah. Oh man, that is a great movie.
And that's
great
one of
movie.
the was it 47 Ronin
Yep.
tale, right?
Yep.
There's 5 billion versions of that out there, but he's one of the Ronin. But all the action's at the end of the movie, like all the other movies in the story is. But his fight, his one-on-one duel with the captain at the end of that movie is probably one of the best one-on-one sword fights I've ever seen. And why? Because they get tired. They get tired. It felt realistic towards the end of the fight. At first, they're like doing crazy shit. But towards the end of the fight, they're just wild swinging, trying to do anything to hit each other. It was so phenomenal.
I think that movie does a perfect blend of my 2 favorite things with samurai movies. Is like you said, there are samurai films that are crazy choreographed where it's impossible to be that fast. But then some of the best, I think, fight scenes are the standoffs where it's just 1 or 2 hits, guy goes down. Like Eric, you saw Kate, right?
Mm-hmm.
That fucking sword fight,
yeah,
over in a second. It was so good. It was so potent.
Those are 2 good actors too. That was a good scene.
That was such a good fucking movie. But Fall of Ako Castle is actually in one of those weird samurai box sets with just like a Sonny Chiba samurai set. So did you say a third one?
Yeah, you can throw Street Fighter in there by default.
Street Fighter?
Yeah, because it's been so long since I watched the other ones to refresh. So, when you do lists, the list could change tomorrow by default.
When I was talking to you last week, I was like, I don't think we have time to watch 100+ movies.
I was trying to I didn't have any time. And I was lucky I watched these 2. This disconnected favorite. Yeah, when this comes out in 4K Steelbook, I know he's going to pre-order it.
I would
both versions.
I will eat my shoe if that comes out in a 4K in a Steelbook. If that gets a re-release at all, I'll fucking This week I pretty much just spent watching the TV shows just because I want to do something a little different. And it's like obviously during that time period, and the same thing with the West here is that they had sets, so you're seeing a lot of like the same set dressings, you're seeing a lot of the same actors. But he is just so committed to every role. And I'm going to, when I do my list of my 3 favorite, I'm going to throw a little bit of a curveball in there, but just because he's so dedicated to being what that movie is, it makes it so fun. But Eric, what's your top 3?
Got to go with Shogun Shadows up in my top 3. And then Virus. He has a supporting role in Virus, the Kinji Fukasaku film. Really good. You want to talk about like an epidemic or pandemic film that has balls? Damn, that movie's got balls. I gotta watch the 2.5-hour version though, the full-length version. And then
there's a 2.5-hour version of that movie.
Yeah, that's like the real version.
How long was the one that we got here?
It was like less than 2 hours, I think.
I was about to say. I thought it was like an hour and 45.
Yeah, you gotta watch the full cut.
That's a lot of cut.
Jeez.
You could buy it on. What was it? Japanese Samurai DVD, that website.
Yeah. Have you ever bought it from them?
Yeah.
Are they legit?
I don't know. if I can't find it anywhere else,
SamuraiDVD.com,
are they like, because I've been wanting to buy their Lone Wolf and Cub in complete series, which is like $700 fucking dollars.
Oh,
you know,
they usually have it
in
on
my hand.
You do?
I had it in my hand.
When
they released that over here. They actually released that here, and I was in a Best Buy, and I had it in my hand, walking around, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll get it later."
I have the first season, which is what we got. It was Tokyo Shock, I think, put it out. They put out the first 26 episodes of Lone Wolf and Zatoichi, both TV series, and they're great. But those are out of print. But they have all 3 seasons. And are they DVD-Rs or are they official DVDs?
The way they feel and look, I'm guessing it's bootleg.
That's what I thought, and they're charging $700 for 7.
Yeah, that's not. You can't
do TV show.
Yeah, Virus is number 2, and then I might go GI Samurai number 3, which is one of Gareth Evans' favorite action movies.
I love that movie.
It's good stuff.
That's a cool flick, man.
So that was what I was saying. My curveball was going to be GI Samurai. Just how he is so fucking committed to that movie. That movie is stupid. It should not work. But unlike Wolf Guy, it's actually a good fucking movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually a good movie.
Nice body count.
Samurai, before I continue, I want to ask you something. Oh, he's got his headphones off.
As we wait in anticipation.
So before we continue, Samurai, I gotta ask, how did you convince your wife to let you have all your shit?
Well, it didn't take much convincing. You know why? Half of it's hers.
That's fucking bad. That's
nerd love. We got that nerd love.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My wife, she's much younger than me. She's 24, and she grew up in a small town in the middle of a cornfield. Didn't know anything. So my favorite thing is to show her my favorite stuff. And we actually started The Good, the Bad, the Ugly last night. First time she's ever seen it. She fell asleep.
I'm not surprised.
But she said
movie,
she goes I was having fun, but I kept waking up when I would hear she's like, they played that every 20 seconds, and I was like, yeah, that's a good movie. So did you say all 3, Eric? Sorry to cut you off.
Yep, Shogun Shadow, Virus, and GI Samurai, baby.
That's a good one.
So mine would probably be GI Samurai. Easily. I love that movie. It's so stupid. It feels like a Canon Films movie, you know?
Yeah.
GI Samurai, Shogun Samurai, just because I love that Kinji Fukusaku took his Yakuza political, esque drama and put it into a period piece, and it works really well. I think his outfit's ridiculous in that movie. Chiba has that ponytail sticking out in the back and the big hair, and I think he's great at that. And then Doberman Cop. I love that movie. But if I were to include TV shows, Shadow Warriors is up there, man. Every season's just fucking rad. He's so good.
And you're lucky you saw the other seasons. I've only seen what was released here because it didn't do well here.
26 episodes. That's out of print now, by the way.
Yeah, and it didn't do well, so they're like, "Well, I guess we shouldn't release the others." I was like, "No." So you have to tell me where you saw your stuff.
I will. I will send you a link.
Chiba merch, Chiba swag,
shit.
Chiba merch. Got the Killing Machine poster here. That's right. Had this hanging up.
That's an amazing poster.
Like, we're talking Chiba. Let me go up and grab it. The first film that features Shaolin, the purest and highest form of the martial arts.
Is that really the first film that has Shaolin in it, though?
It's different.
Japanese film to feature Shaolin?
It's weird. It's weird. Because, they say all forms of martial arts, Shaolin. They say Shaolin Kung Fu was like the birth. And then everyone else took forms of Shaolin Kung Fu and made their own. That's the theory. So I don't think they mean Kung Fu Shaolin. So, but still had to show some merch.
I don't think I have any merch. I think I have a Street Fighter T-shirt somewhere. That's like a rip-off Supreme shirt,
but I can't fit it.
That's what most of my
shirts. It was if you got to fight dirty. That was the Street Fighter tagline. So I was like, I have to buy it, but then I got fat.
I almost shaved my mustache to look like Sonny Chiba for this episode tonight. Shave the rest of the beard off and just have the mustache. But it's not a good look.
Did you see the Keanu Reeves interview where they surprised him?
No, what?
It's fantastic, man. So he was out there promoting John Wick at the time. Was it John Wick 2 or 3? I don't remember which one it was. And he was in Japan promoting it. So he's sitting there being interviewed, and they planned it as a surprise because Keanu Reeves is a big Sonny Chiba fan. He showed up and came out through the back. You can watch it on YouTube. He showed up and just walked out on stage, and Keanu, look at his face, man. He's just like, oh my God. He's like, oh my God. He's like fanboying out, man. And then they sat down and talked. It was really cool, man.
Let's actually pull that up because I think we can share the screen.
Oh, you're not going to get copyrighted on like that?
If we mute it, I'm sure if we just look, I found the part. If we just showed 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Just a few seconds.
Him coming out at least, yeah.
There we go. All right. Here it is. Let's watch his reaction.
There he is. Look at him. He's like, Jesus.
Whoa. It looks like it's the first one.
Oh my God. Wow. Look at that.
Jeez.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man,
what they sit down and talk for a while. It's pretty dope.
This is sad that he passed because this is only a few years ago, really. And he looks like he's in good shape.
He looks great.
He looks great for a seven. Like there he's probably 77, 78. Damn. Yeah. And COVID, of all things, took him. Fucking sad.
82 is not too shabby, though.
He lived a full. I mean, you can't really say he didn't live a full life. He had how many credits?
He didn't do that much with his life, you know.
Yeah, he's a hack.
Yeah, he's a hack. So was he basically just Japan's Bruce Lee?
Closest thing to it, Eric. What do you think? I guess
it's the biggest export, right, from like that era.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like my parents know who Sonny Chiba is, but they don't know who like Bunta Sugawara is, or you know what I mean. So that's probably gonna be.
Oh, go ahead, Flip.
Oh, I was just gonna say that he's probably the closest thing to what Bruce Lee was for China.
Well, this is what I found out, which blew my mind, was Chiba and Bruce Lee did talk about doing a future project before Bruce died. Can you imagine?
Awesome. That's almost too good to be true.
I know, right?
Well, I mean, it is too good to be true. Bruce Lee died.
Fuck the Avengers.
Yeah.
The ultimate crossover ever. We want to see that.
Let's say
it's the Revengers.
So let's say we go back in time. Bruce Lee's not dead. You can only cast 6 Asian actors to be in a massive like push from any region. Who would you pick? Sonny Chiba, obviously.
Are we making like an Expendables team or what?
Expendables style GI Samurai.
Okay.
Dude, that would have been awesome if he fucking was in one of the Expendables as GI Samurai. That would have been a great crossover.
Are we? I don't know. It's kind of hard because it's like, are we going old school and new school too? Like, are we going? Can we throw in Jet Li? Or
I would say between late 70s, late 80s.
All right, fuck it. Let's throw Sho Kosugi in there.
Okay, perfect.
Yasuaki Kurata's got to be in there.
Yes.
Jimmy Wang Yu for me. He's got to be in there.
There you go.
He's got to have one arm though.
Dude,
he fights better with one arm. It's weird.
I was telling these guys off air. I've been watching Jimmy Wang Yu Thai films when I guess he like was hard to work with, and he went over to like Thailand whenever his film career dried up here, and he did multiple one-armed swordsman knockoff movies. One called One Armed Swordsmen, and it's basically 7 samurai but with dudes with one arm, and then a movie called One Armed Swordsman versus the 9 Killers. He never picks up a sword, and he's got a stenciled in beard in the movie as well. It looks awful. It's a terrible movie. But yeah, I'm gonna say Jimmy Wang Yu, 1972 Jimmy Wang Yu. Like right when One Armed Boxer is about to come out. Master Flying Guillotine's not out yet. Total badass. Biggest star.
We need a kicker in there. So Donnie Yen's too soon. So maybe
We do
Wang
need a
Jing Li. What do you think, Eric? Dorian Tan.
Or one of the Venomob guys.
Well, Gordon Liu. We got to throw Gordon Liu in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Gordon Liu's
We
gonna
got
be
to throw Master Killer in there.
Yeah.
Or can we just pick Venomob as one? It's just one.
Yes.
So then there we go.
There
We got our list and it's great. It's great. What you lads? What you lads? I'm gonna try to do it in a British accent.
Oh no!
What
Please
you
don't.
lads? I'm from England. I'm also a collector. Just saw your channel. Oi, would not say hi to fellow collectors. What's going on, buddy?
Where did that accent just go?
Hey, it would have been worse if I did it.
All right, your turn. Go.
No. No. You got to pay.
For some reason, that was better than Flips.
Really quick. I know we're talking chibis, but since you reminded me about you reminded me when you said Jimmy Wang Yu. I always meant to ask you this too, Eric, so you guys may know. So Zatoichi Meets the One-Armed Swordsman movie is a great movie.
Yes, I love it.
Was there another version ending for China where he wins?
Sure.
I don't know.
Sorry, spoilers.
Spoilers for a 40-year-old movie, guys.
Yeah. But yeah, I always heard there's a rumor that they agreed on two endings. Japan, Zatoichi would win, and China, One-Armed Swordsman would win.
I could see that being true because from what I've this week at least doing research on Jimmy, he seems to be very
but there's
and very
there's
hard
no
to
cut,
work.
there's no release, there's no bootleg of
That's
that.
true. There is no bootleg.
Maybe it's one of those false rumors like Godzilla versus King Kong.
There you go. Yep. There you go.
That is a good movie though.
Yeah,
that's
Zatoichi
a
versus
great
One-Armed
movie.
Swordsman. Yeah, it's great.
There's another movie that there's a Thai ripoff called Zatoichi versus the Flying Guillotine, and it is awesome. It's
my god,
so much fun. It's so cool.
Oh my god,
I've been doing
this.
I have a bootleg. Actually, no, I don't think it's a bootleg. I think it's a official copy. It's a Wu-Tang release. It has their logo on the back and it says Wu-Tang. I think it's called the Protect Your Neck collection. It's got Fatal Flying Guillotine, which was a time ripoff, which I gave to Ryan. I gave him my other copy.
I seen that.
That's a good movie. I actually like that movie quite a bit.
There's two of them.
Yeah, it's just
let's have fun.
So much fucking fun. But I've been telling Ryan I'm doing this project where I'm compiling, and I'm making some huge stretches on this list. But I'm calling it the Yojimbo Cinematic Universe. Yojimbo Sanjuro. Yojimbo was in the Zatoichi movie, so all the Zatoichi movies are canon, which means the One-Armed Swordsman is in one of those movies. That means all the One-Armed Swordsman movies are canon. The Thai ripoff, Zatoichi versus the Flying Guillotine. Here comes the stretches. All the Flying Guillotine movies are canon. Okay.
All of them.
And then in an episode of the Zatoichi television series, Lone Wolf and Cub appear in the background. That means all the Lone Wolf and Cub films are now canon. Now this is where it gets even more fun. This is just me. This is some real stretches now. Okay. Jimmy Wang Yu was only in one movie with a single member of the Venomob. So that means all the Venomob movies are now canon. So we're talking Brave Archer. You're talking, the Five Deadly Venoms. And then there's a second timeline where the Dollars trilogy, because that's a direct ripoff of Yojimbo. All the dollar movies are now canon. And there's a ripoff movie called, I think, for 10,000 More or something, where Blondie, Clint Eastwood, ripoff Clint Eastwood appears with ripoff Django. So now that means Django is now canon. Every movie with Django in it, and that also means by default every movie with Sartana is in it, and Sabata. So, and then this is where I was talking to Ryan. There is a fan-made Zatoichi versus the Predator. It's only 8 minutes.
Oh, I seen that.
Does that mean Predator is now canon?
Oh my god!
I love that, dude. Dragon showed me that.
I regret not doing a trailer reaction to that, but I did not know what I was watching.
I didn't know either.
I lost my mind, man. I was like, "Oh my god," because I didn't know what I was watching. I was like, "Oh,
the first half of that is it's so unimposing at first, and then it comes out of nowhere halfway through, and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Well, when so Dragon, who's in the comments here, which by the way, like I said, amazing channel. He sent me that, and I knew Zatoichi versus Predator. I knew the title, so at some point the Predator was going to come in, and I wasn't watching the time at all because I was just fixated on what the fuck I was looking at.
Yeah.
And when it showed that samurai, I was like, okay, Predator's going to come in and kill these two, and then fight Zatoichi. And then when it reveals that the samurai is the Predator, I was like, oh, holy shit. Which made me rewatch. You guys seen Predators, right? The Robert Rodriguez films?
Yeah.
That scene where the Yakuza member fights the Predator in an honor battle. No weapons, no guns, just swords, just blades. And technically the Yakuza guy was the last one to stand, so he won. He kills the Predator. The Predator, they both die, but the Predator falls first. And he stands there for a little bit and finally collapses. That's such a good fucking fight. Underrated movie, Predators.
And then Zatoichi pulled out the lightsaber at the end.
Yeah, what the fuck was that, dude? What was that?
When somebody sent me that link, it wasn't named Zatoichi versus Predator. It was like Zatoichi fan film, and everything else was like in Japanese. So I had no idea. I wish I knew. I would have recorded it, but yeah, that was great.
You should have, man. That's a great 8 minutes. And I wish they would have made an entire film out of it. The guy who played Zatoichi does a near perfect impression of him.
Did you guys enjoy Samurai Reincarnation?
Yes.
I thought it was pretty good.
Did you enjoy the remake?
There's a remake?
Yeah.
From what year?
I think it was 2000.
I don't think I did.
2003.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks awful. Oh, that looks bad.
Which means you'll probably love it.
That's it.
You know what, Ryan? You know what? Yeah, that actually looks bad. Is that good?
I only seen it once. I was kind of, some of it's okay, but it's like they have the end fights in the rain, but I'm like, nothing beats Chiba versus the actor that played Lone Wolf with a blazing, falling fire. You know, the building they were in was on fire, and they had their samurai duel with fire all around them, real fire, because you could see the actor sweating, and you had that badass shot of Chiba with the eye patch. He plays Jubei, and come on, man, he's fighting Lone Wolf in a blaze of glory. In the remake, they just fight outside.
That's great. But the same guy who directed Sword of Desperation, which I think is a great.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a solid movie. That's coming out on Blu-ray in November from Anamigo.
Oh, nice.
Pretty pumped. I really hope it does well because they said on Twitter it's them testing the waters to see if it's a viable market. And
great.
Hopefully there is.
That means we all better buy it.
I'm buying it for sure. I have their entire Samurai catalog. So,
wow.
Yeah, I have all their DVDs. They put out some real deep cuts. And they do this weird thing. Eric, do you have any Anamigo stuff?
I don't think so.
I do.
They do this weird thing with their subtitles where they will color coordinate it based on character. And I actually really like it because it's easy to tell what's going on, but then they put too many subtitles because they literally subtitle every word that's on screen. Like if there's a banner in the background, it's just, and they're all color coded, so you're just like looking at a rainbow at times. It's like, what the fuck? But that company, super ahead of its time. They put out Lady Snowblood. They put out the Lone Wolf and Cub series, a bunch of stuff. They were just like,
I heard Hanzo the Razor's like really expensive. That trilogy. Heard it's,
really
expensive.
I have that. That's Eureka. I bought it from a Russian seller. It took 3 months to get here. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a weird series.
Oh, it's bizarre.
I love his interrogation techniques.
Oh yes.
Just putting his cock right in front of someone's face, just like.
Everybody watching right now, if you want to know what this is, you gotta watch the movie.
He's great, dude. That's Shintaro Katsu, right? That's Zatoichi.
Yeah.
It's funny because his brother, who played Lone Wolf, they don't look alike in their two big franchises, but outside of those, they're like really similar looking, where I get them mixed up all the time. I got some bootlegs of the Bounty Hunter trilogy. Have you heard of that? It's three. It's so the guy who played the actor, I'm really bad with his name. Watanabe, I believe, is what his name was.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted a big franchise, just like his brother, who had Zatoichi. So he bounced around. He did the
keep talking. I'll be right back.
He did the Corrupted Monk stuff. He did the Bounty Hunter trilogy, and finally, the Lone Wolf and Cub. But the Bounty Hunter trilogy is great, super fun. And Eric, if you can find it, don't get it on Samurai DVD.
Okay.
I think it's Sloppy Seconds. They're much cheaper than bootlegs. How do you feel about bootlegs in general, you two?
I have a video about bootlegs going up tomorrow. I think it's scheduled for the next day. I'm shocked that you would just randomly bring that up, but not enough people have been talking about it recently, so I recorded a video about bootlegs.
Oh, is he ready?
Go ahead.
Are you?
Hey, you can bring me back in.
Okay, there you go. Because whenever you leave, we can't hear you.
Oh, all right.
So just
sorry.
I'll
send you something in private chat next time. Sorry about that.
Okay. So how do you feel about bootlegs, Ryan? What were you saying?
I don't buy them anymore. I used to, and anytime that a legal release would come out, I would absolutely be like, even if I was not buying at that time, I would go out of my way to buy something that was coming out that I had bought on bootleg, just to make up for the fact that I had bought it on bootleg. I do not purchase anymore, but there are certain things that we just will never own. A lot of the stuff that you guys are talking about, obviously, but I've never been huge into Asian cinema, but I've got things like the Friday the 13th TV show and Freddy's Nightmares from the 80s.
There was a TV show, Friday the 13th?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that.
And Freddy's Nightmares, random deep cuts. Like growing up, I was the perfect age. I showed, I think a couple of weeks ago, I have a Muppets tattoo on my arm. So I have the 1990s Muppets cartoon on a bootleg that'll never get a release, guaranteed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's things like that.
You have Wolf Guy tattoo on the other.
No, that's on my ass.
Okay.
I wonder which part is the hair. But with bootlegs, I'm.
And I wonder what part is the squibs.
It's a. So, yeah, I don't buy them anymore. I'm not going to shame anybody that does. I'm still subscribed to the Sloppy Seconds emails that come out because I've supported Chad Ritchie and some of his stuff. But I don't know. It's a dicey thing. And like you and I have talked about, you and I somehow used to both work in the music industry and I've got friends that literally I've watched close friends of mine lose an entire band due to fucking Napster. And due to complete torrents of their catalog. And they can't even, huge bands that were seeing downloads in hundreds of thousands of copies of the same album, they couldn't even afford to drive to the next city. And it's heartbreaking in a way that is hard to explain to somebody that's never been in any of the entertainment industries. I mean, I've put up bands on my couch. In this house recently, I have bands play in my living room just to continue to support them and see what I can do to get them to have anybody come out to tip them. And yeah, it's hard. It's hard to support the industry and especially do things like we do and, try to hype up actual physical releases and still support bootlegs. So it's a big moral quandary, but yeah, I'm just not a fan.
As a fan of, like I was talking earlier, I watched a bunch of Thai kung fu movies. Those more than likely are never going to get a release. And they're, the bootleg is probably the best quality version of what we have available to us, especially with the crackdown with the new Chinese laws, the censorship laws that's coming. And also with that YouTube channel, the Wu-Tang Collection, they are taking a bunch of movies that are in public domain, and copywriting them, and they have the money in the legal funds to be able to shut channels down. Like me and Ogie, my friend who we do the streams on Monday with, we would just watch a movie on stream sometimes, and we put on an old movie called Invincible Super Chan, like 1972, terrible kung fu movie that I love secretly. And within 15 minutes, we had a copyright strike. The stream got taken down for a movie that should be in public domain. So I went out and bought a bootleg of that. So I think bootlegs for some genres are important.
I mean, if there's no way you can ever get it at all,
right,
then that's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, I've had bootlegs of like Lone Wolf and Cub, and I've bought the official release. Had some bootlegs of Zatoichi movies. Definitely have had bootlegs of Shaw stuff. I mean, Chinese Boxer, the Five Fingers of Death.
But when you bought those bootlegs, the reason why you bought them was because most likely they're not going to be released here.
Yep. And then when they did, I was like, fuck, I got a pre-order. And a pre-order. I had both those things pre-ordered. So it's like, and also being like a fan of anime, that was during a period of time, that was the only way you could get anime was bootlegs. I mean, Crunchyroll started off as a pirate site. And now it's an official way to watch anime. It's the biggest probably. So, but
expensive.
Yeah,
anime back in the day, and it would be like now. It'd be like one disc of a series, and it'd be 2 episodes on there for like $30.
Yeah,
it's like, I wonder why people are getting bootlegs.
I remember when I was collecting Gundam Seed, which isn't even that great of a show, in hindsight, but it was 3 episodes for $60, and they would come out every 3 months, and it was just like, well, that's just what
I'm shy.
Uh-oh. Is that the wife walking in the background?
Yep.
I do the same thing whenever Taylor... Actually, my camera's at an angle, so if she comes in, you can't see her because she's shy.
It's funny you mentioned that earlier. How does my wife approve all this stuff? And I told you that half of it's hers, right? It's funny because over here, this section at the bottom shelf is all kinds of different like anime girls or fantasy girl statues and stuff.
Is that
like
her?
That. And the boobs are out, the tits are showing, right? And we had people come over and visit, and they're like, "Man, what are you doing with all these statues, man? Your wife let you have these statues?" I'm like, "Yo, those are hers, bro. She painted those. Okay?
It's art. It's art.
Hentai is art. Now, have you guys ever watched hentai?
Hentai is art. That should be a T-shirt."
Bible Black. Have you guys seen Bible? Eric, I'm sure you've seen Bible Black.
Few episodes. I couldn't continue.
It's so funny.
There are a few good ones. Mezzo Fort, I like. That has some badass action in it. Kite, I like.
Kite's actually pretty good.
And Urotsuki Doji, I thought was good.
Ooh, speaking of Kite, has anyone seen the live-action movie with Samuel Jackson?
No.
Wait, what?
There's a live-action movie with Samuel L. Jackson. Look it up right now.
Kite.
Yeah. I just blew Eric's mind.
From 2014?
That is the most animated I've ever seen Eric in anything.
Eric, I'm gonna share the screen here. Look at this. South African action film. Based on the 1998 anime of the same name. What in the world?
Eric, I see a review with me and you of this in the future.
I think Samuel Jackson's face was Eric's face right there.
Motherfucker.
What? That's crazy.
I think you found your thumbnail for that review.
Screenplay by Brian Cox.
Eric, we're going to review it.
Release. The Weinstein Company acquired the distribution. Critical reception, 0% of critics.
There you go.
On an average of 2.66 out of 10. Metascore critic of 19 out of 100. Oh, my Lord. Man.
Eric is not pleased.
No, well, if I'm watching Kite, you're watching the remake of Inside. We'll do a double feature.
All right.
Oh,
pain for pain.
That's the deal.
What's worse, the remake
double
of Inside or the remake of Martyr?
Oh, Inside's worse.
Is it really? I don't know. Martyrs was bad.
Yikes. Now I'm really scared. All right, Eric. It's a bet. Let's do it. I'm down.
I can't wait to watch that shit. Just see you two react to Kite.
We'll do both movies at once.
Who is this actress?
I don't know.
The Kite is banned in Norway because the government considers it child pornography. Huh. I'm about to watch a trailer
We'll
for
be the
Kite.
judge of that.
No, I'm
You
talking
can
about
hear the tension in the chat just stop the moment you said child pornography.
Everybody
was like,
I actually like the way this movie looks based on the trailer.
All right.
It doesn't look.
Maybe it's actually entertaining. Maybe it's good trash. Maybe it's good bad.
One of the top comments is, "I refuse to believe that this even exists." Does Samuel L. Jackson like anime? ... and hentai?
I think he likes money.
I mean, don't we all like money?
I think he likes money is why he's in there.
Let's see.
Fanatical Dragon has a comment there.
What did he say? Let me see here. Oh, it's not loading for me. Oh, there we go. Wu-Tang Collection are total sharks, man. Don't they have their own app? They do have their own app, and they have a paid subscription version of the app, which you can only access certain movies through the paid version. So they obviously have no Shaw Brothers stuff, at least I don't think, but they have a lot of like Jimmy Wang Yu stuff when we went to Thailand. Kite on.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say Kite on Letterboxd has a 2, which is higher than what I was expecting. And my favorite thing to do is go to Letterboxd and look at a bad movie and sort it by the highest rating to see what people say. And a lot of 5 stars. Really? Terrible acting, terrible action, but I love ! 4 stars.
Now I'm really interested now.
Hot chick, check. Samuel L. Jackson, check. That about sums it up. 4.5 stars.
Is that the review for Protege?
Loved it. Great revenge movie with lots of style, says Chad Freeman. 5 stars. Chad Freeman's favorite movie is Batman vs. Superman, according to his profile. So,
didn't Wu-Tang Clan Collection? Didn't they sometimes have fun with the titles, and they would change what the actual movie title is for the cover?
Well, I think they would pick. So, from what I understand, because I was trying to look up a movie the other day that I watched on there, there's like every Asian movie that came out, especially Kung Fu, had like 10 different titles. Like, I've accidentally bought a movie 3 times one time because it had multiple different titles and multiple different covers. So,
because I saw one that said "Old Dirty Kung Fu," I was like, "That's not the real title of that movie."
No, not at all.
It's part of the Wu-Tang Collection. But here's one cassette I should have bought. Yeah, I said cassette. I said it. Goddamn it! Here's one cassette. Oh, hold on. I'm shy. Go ahead. Sorry. All right. One cassette that I was laughing hysterically when I saw it, and I should have bought it just to prove that this existed in it. And I have this. I could have sworn, I might be mistaken, but the Wu-Tang Clan Collection case movie for this movie, the title was "Hoes, Thugs, and Skrilla." I am not making this up.
Oh,
that is the title for
sure. But the Wu-Tang
which is hilarious.
Clan Collection, the official releases, are different from the Wu-Tang Collection on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So those were like official DVDs, I think, because I have a few of those, like the ones with Zatoichi versus the Flying Guillotine. That's a Wu-Tang Collection, Wu-Tang Clan Collection. Wu-Tang Collection on YouTube is just a YouTube channel. They have an app. You can pay $5 a month. Some movies are locked behind that paid service. Oh, we got some questions for you. What's Phat Samurai's favorite animes?
Oh man, let's see. Fist of the North Star movie.
Fuck yeah.
Go-Go, the Professional 13, the original, not the sequel. Let's see. Ninja Scroll.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Sword of the Stranger is an anime movie nobody talks about.
Dude, amazing animation.
It is epic, badass. Love the fights, the music. It's just like nobody talks about this movie.
I think I put that on my Guide to Samurai movies. Was it because I think that movie's so underrated. Studio Bones.
And 5th would be Berserk.
Yeah, the 97 one, right?
You know what? I like the new one too. I know.
What the fuck? All right. Well, anyways, guys. So
I have my reasons, sir. My reasons was that last episode of the show in the 90s traumatized me, and because of what happened.
The Casca?
Just everything. What happened? It was a fucking nightmare.
There's a really fun scene with Casca and.
I was like, "What is happening?" I was so traumatized because I wasn't expecting any of that shit to happen. So I was like, "Dude, this is a fucking nightmare on screen. What the hell is happening?"
I remember the first time reading the manga and getting to the point that you're talking about. Total tonal shift. You're like, "What the fuck is happening?" Because there's an entire volume of nightmare, just like a fucking nightmare. So good.
I've been collecting it. I'm up to volume 8 now, the big ones.
Oh, they're so good, man. That's
I'm
three.
Trying to catch up now. But back in the 90s, that traumatized me, and then that was it. That was all the berserk I could get. I couldn't get the manga or anything. And I heard rumors for years, it's going to come back. They're going to do it. Nothing happened. So you have a traumatized young samurai for years of not knowing how the story progresses. And then finally, a new show. Well, actually, the movies, the trilogy movies, I enjoyed. I enjoyed those. They were fun, but they still didn't answer my question, what happens beyond. But I still enjoyed the trilogy. And then the show came out. I was so happy just to see. I know the animation looks like garbage. I know. I get it. But I was so happy to see finally progression of the fucking story. We can finally see where it goes. So that, I was happy. Now I'm collecting the manga. Now I'm going to start reading.
Does the new one go into the Lost Children arc in the woods?
What's up?
Does the newer anime go into the Lost Children arc? The one where there's like fairy children in the woods?
I don't remember. I've only seen it once, and that was a long time ago. And it's been canceled. So now I'm right back where I started.
Well, Berserk as a whole got canceled. Mira died.
Well, I know that. But
sucks.
I'm talking about at the time, the anime, I was like, I got another goddamn anime show, and now I'm stuck again. So that's what made me start buying the manga now. I was just like, I can't wait anymore. But it's a shame the legend has passed away. So that crushed me when I heard that news.
Me too.
But that was actually one of the questions I was going to ask you today, since you're the manga man. Any chance in hell are we going to get an ending from someone?
So they came out actually a couple days ago. I want to say like 3 days ago that they have no plans to continue it now.
Okay.
They're putting out volume 41, which is the last. It's the final one. There's gonna be like some special tributes to him and stuff, but it sucks, man, because that's I think that story is phenomenal, and I think where it was, I wanted to see an ending to that, and I can only imagine. I mean, now we're only gonna have fan theories,
right?
At this point, it sucks.
Right. But you know what? If you think about it, I'd rather have no ending than a Game of Thrones ending. There you go.
That's true. Dude, so the funny story, my wife, again, haven't seen anything, right? She saw The Last Jedi was her first Star Wars movie, and she was like, I love this. And I was like, that's terrible. She only saw the last season of Game of Thrones with me, and she was like, this is great. And I was like, freaking out the whole time. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She's like, wow, this is amazing. We have to restart and watch it all over. I was like, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can start at episode 1 knowing what the fuck is going to happen by the end of season 8.
I sold all my Game of Thrones Blu-rays.
Me too. I had the 4K box set. I said, fuck it. I can't.
Done.
I can't. It's just, it's heartbreaking, man.
Yeah.
It's so heartbreaking.
It's not that bad.
If you want a good manga that has a great ending, Blade of the Immortal. They're doing the big 3-in-1s just like Berserk too. The best.
I have the live action movie.
The movie's good, but 31 volumes, it's the best samurai story I've ever consumed. So
don't even bother with the anime, just go straight to the manga.
The new anime hits every arc, but it's only 24 episodes. So 24 episodes for 31 volumes. They cut a lot of shit out. A lot of shit.
Okay.
It's not bad, but it's not great. But I have a question for you because you're a metalhead.
It's all. I'm a poser.
Whatever. Posers are so cool, dude.
I like Imagine Dragons.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
my favorite.
You like? Sure. Who's your top 3 favorite bands?
Ooh, man, yikes. I gotta go with my gateway bands that got me into metal. So I'm gonna go with Pantera, Metallica, and let's see, Testament.
Oh yeah, that's a nice.
Let's see.
That's a nice pick.
And I'm gonna go. I'll go with some newer bands right now. I always switch around. I'm going to go with Lamb of God and Killswitch Engage.
You say newer bands; those are like 20-year-old bands.
Kind of newer.
Lamb of God's great. I don't think they've put out. I don't know if I like their last album, but from Sacrament before, fucking great, man. How about you, Eric? What's your 3 favorite bands?
I know one of them.
Bandmates.
Oh, you guys.
Number one. Well, number one's Christy Thirsk.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
She did a bunch of stuff. Very
Canadian power
eclectic, all different. Some of her alternative stuff's really good, and the weird stuff's good too. I won't count Delirium because she's kind of with them. That would be double dipping. So to Christy Thirsk, I'll do Bandmade, and I think KMFDM I like a lot, man.
Yeah.
And then Ryan, your top 3.
Priest and Maiden. I'm a fan of those. Sorry, I had to squeeze those in. Go
ahead. Wow. Just for longevity's sake, like I had a lot of the
Papa
same.
Roach.
I'm done. Have a good night. I had a lot of the same intro bands as Samurai there. I had a really good upbringing, but only with music. Like the rest of my upbringing was abusive and toxic, but with music it was great. Like I went my very first concert, I was 4 years old and still have a memory of this. I saw Lenny Kravitz open for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers at the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles.
That was your first concert?
That was my very first concert.
Wow.
And the only thing I remember is Tom Petty on stage with a guitar on his chest. The entire Great Western Forum, all the lights go out, and there's one little spotlight on this like pirate chest on the stage, and it opens up, and this blinding white light from inside the chest in the Great Western Forum, and he reaches in and takes out his signature hat and puts it on, and that's how he started the show. It was so incredible. So that was great and all, but like just for longevity's sake, the gateway things are important, but so some bands that really deserve some attention. I'm a big fan of things that in the youth group era that Flip and I have talked about before, what I was raised on. There's a band called Showbread that I have been close friends with for a very long time. They have a hardcore flair, sort of like what is that other band? I can't remember the name of them right now, but hardcore and not quite like that. It's more like emo, screamo hardcore. And then they dip really well into synthwave with that hardcore. So it's got this really
butter like that.
Oh band? God, no, fuck no. Not heavy like that. And then another band that I have loved for a long time that came from the youth group era is a band called Project 86. And they got big because they were on the original Warriors tour in 1997 or 8, opening for POD and Blindside. And they were originally big because they started with some of that rap rock type in the early 2000s. And then they made a sudden turn and went like industrial metal, and that was semi-popular. But then they made another. They've had like 7 different genres throughout their big career, and it's been incredible. And they're putting out their final album in the next year. So they've been together for 25 years now. Really great band. And then the last one we've talked about before. I adore Under Oath. I think the work that they've put in since 1997, I think when they first became a band, is legendary, and they literally have 2 or 3 albums that can probably never be topped.
Wow.
For me,
Under Oath and POD. Oh my God.
Some
You
good
guys might have the same upbringing I had.
Did you grow up with a very religious family?
Oh, both my parents were ministers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hell yeah,
beat.
brother.
That's why I'm a fucking psycho now. Fucking R-rated movies, action, horror, yes. Metal.
So one of my favorite bands is Mayhem, the fucking black metal band, right? From Norway. And I want to talk about religion for a second. I remember being in 8th grade and getting into black metal. Someone gave me like a Cradle of Filth tape in like 6th grade, and then just spiraling, Dark Throne, Dissection, Bathory, Burzum, and eventually Mayhem. And I doing Google and finding that there's a book called The Lords of Chaos, The Bloody Rise of the Satanic Metal Underground, which is now a movie, which I didn't like the movie, but I remember it was bring your own book to class week and you had to do a book report. So I'm in a public, it's a public junior high, so they should have done this, but I remember reading the book, minding my fucking business in my English class, and Mrs. Hiley, that stupid cunt, walks by and sees a church on fire, and she was a Christian, and she got offended, so she took it from me and gave it to the principal. And in the book, the lead singer of Mayhem had killed himself. He blew his brains out. His stage name was Dead, and he died. But they used it as a bootleg album cover called Dawn of the Blackheart. So there was a picture of this guy with his brains out in the book, and they had to call my parents to have them come pick it up. And I didn't get kicked out of school, but I got in trouble. I got reprimanded. And I remember my parents just fucking beating my ass. And I was like, wait. You're beating me in the name of Jesus, right? And they were like, don't be listening to satanic stuff. Listen to Christian music. And I was like, well, this just makes me hate this shit even more. But Mayhem, amazing band. Never got to see them live. There was a chance where they were playing the Maryland Death Fest, and they were going to play D Merciless Dom Sathanas from start to fucking finish. And it was like an 8-hour drive for me, and I didn't have anything going on that day, and I was single. I was freshly single. I was like, I'm going to go. I bought tickets, and I never went. Really disappointing about that. Second favorite band, probably, I'm going to say probably AFI. There's a certain era of AFI that's really good. I think after December Underground, just not very good, but before that, great. And then Bob Seger is my all-time favorite singer, songwriter. Got to see him live in 2019 before the pandemic. He's old as fuck, so it wasn't as good. But my dad grew up with Seger. My dad passed his love for Seger to my grandfather, and when my grandfather passed away, the cassette in his cassette player in his truck was a Seger tape that my dad had given him. So it's just like a huge family thing. But I do want to say something funny about Petty. The year before he died, Taylor and I had gotten married, or a year or two before he died, and we had tickets to go see Tom Petty. We bought them. We told our family, hey, we're going to go see Tom Petty in Nashville. But what really happened is we got married. We ran away and got married. Then we went to the Melting Pot and got too drunk and full. And I was like, I feel miserable. I don't even want to go to this concert. So I sold the tickets, and then he died. And I was like, fuck, I didn't get to see Tom Petty Heartbreakers, man. Oh, and Slayer. Slayer fucking rocks, dude.
Slayer. It's just too many bands, man.
There's way too many bands. There's just like way too many good music across the board. Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the 36 Chambers is my favorite album of all time. Massive Wu-Tang fan. But yeah. Steven wants to know, is there any good anime with concrete ending? That's not Cowboy Bebop, or I'm going to guess Trigun is what that was. Ninja Scroll. That's my favorite animated movie. Sword of the Stranger.
Series? He's talking series or movies?
Series is harder. I think if you just Steven, Google Kawajiri anime. Mm-hmm. It's this director that did Ninja Scroll. He did Cyber City Oeda, Demon City, and he did Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. He's my favorite anime director. He's got a style, a grit to him. Ninja Scroll's so fucking good. Eric, rewatching this had to have influenced Ninja Scroll. There are some things in this movie that I was watching and I was like, man, that is almost like Ninja Scroll.
Duel to the Death is so fucking amazing, but it's no Wolf Guy. This is the greatest of all. Of everything. Just want to make sure
you guys should do a versus Duel to the Death versus Wolf Guy. Might be the shortest episode. Oh, dude, you should save it for April Fools.
There you go,
dude. That's awesome. What's your favorite tattoo?
Mine?
Yeah, because you're tatted up.
Oh man. Let's see.
Predator.
Probably Predator right here. Predator, and over here I got I got Batman, Deadpool, Dragon Ball Z right there, Shenron. On this side, I got Ghost Rider, Metallica, The Death of Superman.
That's a great art.
Blood Red. And on the back, it's hard to see, but it's Judge Dredd.
Dude.
Carl Urban's Dredd, but on his badge, it says Anthrax.
Oh.
Because of the Judge Dredd song.
That's rad.
So, I have some fun with that.
Do you have any tattoos, Eric?
I have a tattoo of Takashi Miike on my left butt cheek.
I don't know if this is a joke or not.
Yeah, I really don't know this.
I'm like, man,
real thing, dude.
I think he's serious.
That could be real. You're fucking with me.
Very well played, my friend.
I got 7 Samurai right there.
Oh, look at that.
And then I got I don't know if it's going to show up well, but I got the corrupted monk from the video game Sekiro.
Oh,
Tattooed
all right.
on me. Funny story with that was I got this first. I got the 7 Samurai, right? My mom, again, very Catholic, very anti-tattoo. She grew up. My family's immigrants from Sicily, and our culture there, tattoos are no. So I got that one to test the waters, and she was mad, but she was like, "Oh, it's tiny." Yeah. And then I sent the tattoo artist pictures of the corrupted monk from my favorite video game of all time, and I was and I told her I want something tiny like this, just on the opposite side, just a little tiny tattoo. And I show up, and she shows me on her iPad this sketch that she did, and she goes, "This is what I drew," and I was like, "I fucking love it. It's beautiful." I go, "Hell yeah!" So she printed it out. She printed out the stencil to put on my arm, and I was like, "That's massive." And this was just a few months ago. I go, my mom will kill me. And she goes, "Look, you're a grown man with a wife and a kid." And she's like, if you get it tiny, your mom's like, she's going to get mad regardless. So get big, get all the detail. If you get small, you're going to lose detail. So I called my wife real quick and was like, "Tay, is this okay?" And she was like, my wife's very religious, but she was like, "That's fucking rad. Yeah, do it." And I was like, "All right." And then 2 sessions later, finished. My mom didn't speak to me for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, and we worked together. So it was awkward at work, dude. Like my dad's an old hippie. You know, he's really cool. It's Grateful Dead. He's got a Grateful Dead sticker that's on the oven. That's older than me. Just an old hippie. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna get a tattoo." He's like, "I don't care, dude. It's your body. Whatever. Just make sure you can pay your bills, loser," or just like whatever, you know. So I got it, and my mom wasn't speaking to me, and my dad was just like, "This is stupid."
Wow.
Yeah, I really like it, and I'm getting a you know that Japanese style tattoo with the head, the severed head with the sword through it. I'm getting a big one on the other side of my arm, probably in November. So my mom better prepare not to talk to me again. Uh-oh. What's this?
Hey, Flip, not to change the subject. Somebody mentioned earlier in chat, and I'm sending it to you in private chat so you can click on the link. You had asked about this previously, that Ron Steelbook is up for pre-order at Best Buy right now. And supposedly they are saying that it was going to be limited to less than like 1,500 copies nationwide. And you might want to check that out. And you might want to share it because fans of your channel might want it. The art is incredible.
So yeah, let's share the screen. Have you guys seen? Of course, you guys have seen Ron, right? You too.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Ron, the Kira, not yeah, the Kira.
Oh, yeah.
Kurosawa.
Yeah.
Look at this art. Oh, great. It doesn't zoom.
Scroll.
Scroll what?
Hold Control on your keyboard and scroll up with your mouse.
Ooh.
So okay, so this is a new release.
Yeah.
It is a 4K release of Ron. And this is a Best Buy exclusive steelbook, and it's only $20.
My God.
And it's I guarantee this will sell out on pre-order.
Wow, that looks amazing.
And it comes with a slipcase too.
It does.
Did this come out on Blu-ray?
It came out on 4K in the UK, but this is the only US announced release of it on 4K.
Damn, I'm gonna have to get that.
What about Kagemusha? Did it ever come out on Blu-ray over
Yeah,
here?
that's out from Criterion.
Oh, that's what. Okay, I was mixing them up. Okay.
Kagemusha, underrated
Yeah,
Kira
it's a good
Kurosawa
movie.
film. It's great. So this is the part where we can just shoot the shit. We can end it if you guys want, or we could just shoot the shit and hang out for a little bit. Talk about Sonny Chiba. Talk about Wolf Guy. No, the Duel to the Death is from Eureka. Brand new, Region B, new transfer and everything. Looks great. It's got this is a limited 2,000 copies, I think, which is what every Eureka is. First 2,000 slipcover and booklet. But we'll get a standard release eventually at some point. Flip, your favorite Van Damme movie, Street Fighter, is getting a steelbook in the U.S. Fucking no.
Mill Creek.
Oh God. How do you guys feel about Van Damme?
I kind of want it. But what pisses me off, though, is because the artwork's amazing. But what pisses me off, though, is I just bought this damn movie.
Did you get it from 88?
The 88 Films version not too long ago. I'm like, God damn it. I don't know if I can triple dip again.
I made the mistake of buying just a couple 88 film releases, and then now I have them all. So
in one order.
Yeah, well, in two orders. It was
right.
I was like, fuck. But yeah, I watched Knockoff. Have you seen Knockoff?
Yeah, I've seen Knockoff once.
What the fuck is that plot in that movie, man? Just
it's
that
bonkers, man.
That plot was made for that one scene where he goes, "Oh no, they're in my pants," and he just takes his pants off, and you just see his chiseled ass and underwear. It's like that's exactly why that plot was there. Choi Hark, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking
Choi, there's a joke going around that Choi Hark Van Damme era of movies, everybody was on fucking coke.
He looks like he's on coke. He's sweating the entire movie, and he's like,
I mean, Choi Hark went from The Blade to Double Team to Knockoff to Time and Tide. Like, and Time and Tide is great. So it's like a bookend of awesome to crap in the middle. It's unreal.
Time and Tide, I need to rewatch it because I remember the plot just being nonsensical, but the action scenes are so fucking good in Time and Tide. Especially that apartment shootout. Just so rad. That movie's rad. And The Blade is rad. That's a loose adaptation of One-Armed Swordsman.
Yeah,
which means sweet. It's part of the Yojimbo cinematic universe now.
Yeah.
Speaking of One-Armed Swordsman, why is it taking so long for The Blade to have an official release, man? Like I've been wanting.
It's got a Warner Archive release. It's terrible.
Yeah, but do you have that version?
Yeah, it's not good, man. It's a DVD-R.
I figured. Has the subtitles okay?
They're all right, but it just looks like shit.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand. Like I've been waiting forever. There's never been an official release.
Burning Paradise got a Hong Kong Blu-ray release, at least.
Yeah,
but the Blade hasn't.
So, do you guys think with this new law in China that our releases within the next 2 years are just done? Like that's it. That's the Hong Kong movies we're getting.
China might just be doing the head on the spike technique, where they focus on stuff and then just to set an example.
What I would hope it is just their country in general, and then anything outside of China will be okay. I mean, that's what they do with the Marvel stuff. They'll edit out actors that are from like Taiwan and add a white guy instead. So
the difference though is who controls the elements, because with the Disney stuff, they get Disney to edit it out for them. If it's Hong Kong releases over here and they own the elements, they can say, here's the elements. I took scissors to 38 minutes of it.
Well, and that's where I think bootlegs are going to come back in. Like if this really does
exactly
the entire market, because this year in general, it does seem like they're kind of bum rushing everything to come out at once. I mean, this year alone, we got Millionaires Express, One-Armed Boxer, Duel to the Death. We're getting Ringo, all the Johnny Toe films, Ringo Lamb. We're getting the Joseph Quo box set, which is nuts. And then that Shaw Brothers set.
Yeah.
Insane. Which, did you guys see the special features on that?
Yeah.
What the it took me like 20 minutes to read everything. I was like,
I'm excited. I'm already excited for Volume 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said Volume 2 and more.
And more.
Dude, I want Boxer's Omen in Volume 2, baby. If you got the Mighty Peking Man in this one, throw Boxer's Omen in.
I was kind of pissed that they picked Mighty Peking Man. Like that.
That movie's fantastic. Trash.
Out of your mind.
It's right
up
so
there with
entertaining.
Was it Inframan?
Inframan, yeah, I could see that being the next one.
Yeah.
In the next one, they have like
That's
one knockoff tokusatsu film per box set. But I really want them to like dig deep into the well. You know, like there's hundreds of movies, and there's a guy in the Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Group on Facebook, which I don't know if you guys are in or not. But there's this guy who has like every Shaw Brothers movie almost, just on DVD or in some format, and every day he just posts a different movie, and I've been using it to go through and be like, oh man, like what's this? Like, thank you so much for. I'm trying to find. I'm gonna look through his post history real quick because I commented on it.
Somebody mentioned a whisper. I think it might have been that group, and I got excited, but it was just a whisper. And they said we might be getting some Girls with Guns stuff next year, like In the Line of Duty 1 to 4 in a box set. And that's that's a big request for me.
I read that the rumor was Michael Worth, who does Pearl River Collection, who does the Clones Cast, the Bruce Exploitation podcast. He is working alongside Severin for a Bruce Exploitation box set, which would be awesome. Dude.
Remastered.
That's like the last thing I want. There's so many better movies to freaking release.
So here we go. I found the guy who posts in this group because he never posts like the well-known ones. So like here's one, Clan Feuds, which I've never heard of. Girl with the Long Hair, Swordsman at Large. Obviously Dirty Ho we know about.
Yeah.
Let's Make Laugh. Terrible translation. My Young Auntie, which I think most people know. Mm-hmm. The Sexy Killer.
That's my autobiography.
And then stuff like Judgment of a Assassin, which I've never heard of up to that point. But my point is, like, he just shares so much stuff. The Naval Commandos, just so many releases that I'm just constantly like, what hell Has No Boundary, which looks like a horror action movie. The Flying Daggers, Pursuit, which looks like they're in the snow and they got guns, but it's also feudal. There's tons of good stuff. I really want them to kind of like dig into that, pull some stuff out of that well, because I hope there's not that much more crossover with 88. Peking Man has an 88 release. Yeah. The rumor was 8 Diagram was getting a standalone release. And then that's 88 Films posted on Instagram when they were doing their big announcement. Someone said 36 Chambers, and they said maybe Arrow will box it up with the sequel for a big special edition. ... So looks like we're getting a lot of good stuff.
Fingers crossed.
I want more Golden Harvest. I want Master of the Flying Guillotine, even though I think the masters to that are lost.
There's a Hong Kong giallo film called He Lives by Night, I think it's called, from the early 80s. It's really good.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me about the Killer Angels stuff. Girls with Guns stuff, Eric. Because remember we were just talking I was just talking to you like not too long ago. I was like, where are all the Moon Lee and Yukari Tsushima movies? Like, why are these so hard to find? My Blonde Fury DVD of Cynthia Rothrock, one of her best Hong Kong movies, is like $600 now.
Although Magic Crystal got a Blu-ray release from Hong Kong.
Really?
That's got Cynthia and Richard Norton in it.
Okay, at least that came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only have the one. It was only released once, and I have it. And it's like $600.
Something from Cynthia's got to be coming because she's been doing the rounds lately.
I hope so.
And then I think Kung Fu Bob teased that he's working with Vinegar Syndrome on something.
Yep.
Really?
And from the color of the hair and the way it's styled in the teaser picture, it looks like it could be Cynthia Rothrock.
Well, I believe the release for that is New York Ninja. The VSP picture that they put together for all the lost elements that were unfinished from the 80s. That they announced that as the big keystone title for that new line for them.
Oh wow!
She did like one of the dubbers in that, right? Like her, Donna
something
Jones
like that.
I want to see that just for the fact that it was lost.
And there is no announced physical media release for that yet because the remastered cut for everything that they're doing is premiering at Beyond Fest. So I'm assuming that it will likely come out around February. And I would not be surprised. They normally do a big adult porn sale basically in February for Valentine's Day. It's hilarious. But I would not be surprised if that was a big release in February to coincide with that sale.
All right, cool.
What's your guys' dream? What's your dream release from Hong Kong or China? Like if you had to, like, because I'm sure the well's going to dry out at some point. They're going to move on to the next thing. But what's your dream movie release or box set?
Mainland China, I got to go with Green Tea because it's my favorite romance. But Zhao Wei's banned, so who knows if that'll ever happen.
Why did she get banned?
I don't know. She did some stuff in the past. They kind of slapped her wrist, and now they just decided that they had to ban her because of that. She's in Europe now, and her net worth is over $1 billion. So I think she'll be fine.
How is her net worth over $1 billion?
Well, a lot of these Chinese actresses will get into production companies, and they'll get into makeup lines and all kinds of like ancillary businesses. So her net worth was in the hundreds of millions, and then she also married a dude who's also has net worth in the hundreds of millions. So total, they're over $1 billion.
Wouldn't it be nice to be rich as fuck?
Yes. Somebody had to answer the question.
Honestly, my dream release would be something along the lines of the Joseph Quo set. I've said this before. I'm just blown away that that's even a thing that's happening.
Did you pre-order that box set?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I want a 15-disc Girls with Guns set.
Yeah.
All 4 of the In the Line of Duty films, get a bunch of Moon Lee and Yukari Oshima stuff, and throw them all in there.
And Kite as a tail end right there.
One of my dream releases is I really enjoyed Ninja in the Dragon's Den. I don't think there's a Blu-ray release of that. That's pretty badass. So
Samurai, there's a bootleg from the Kung Fu Robber, and she gets elements like she did Mystery of Chess Boxing too. She gets elements like 35 millimeter prints and does it all herself. And then Dragon here, he has Ninja in the Dragon's Den and Mystery of Chess Boxing. Says they're phenomenal, like the best that they'll ever look, probably.
They're selling it.
They're selling it, yeah. It's a UK based company. I think like $15 each. They're loaded with like I think they have special features, like I think they do, kind of like a Hong Kong Rescue, except she's not releasing movies that are licensed in other places.
Okay,
so
I'll have to check it out.
Mystery of Chess Boxing was the big. What the fuck? Why is that not in the box set for the Joseph Quo set?
That's not in there?
It's not in there. So,
what's in there?
Seven Grandmasters, Bronzeman, World of Drunken Master.
Oh, okay. I mixed them up.
A bunch of other stuff. There's 8 movies in that set?
I got the old DVD of that, man. The old DVD of Mystery Chess Boxing.
It's
Full screen.
That's such a good movie.
Full screen, English dubbed. Still love it. What was it? There was another one. Man. Well, while you guys were thinking, I'm going to find this title and see if Flip knows how to get it.
Okay. I guess I'm the bootleg guy now.
Ooh, I want a tricked out release of the Tai Chi Master with Wu Jing.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that one's good.
What's your...
Wait, sorry, Eric. I mean, sorry, Ryan. Go ahead.
I want the entire Ju-On franchise.
Yeah.
That's got to come, right? That's got to be in the pipeline.
I would hope so. I think we talked about this before, but I'm shocked that we didn't get it a year after we got Ringu.
I mean, nobody even released the made-for-television films properly, and those are the first one is one of the best films.
It's weird to me how Arrow operates, because they'll focus on a genre heavy, and then drop it, and then go back to it. Like I think Westerns is a perfect example. They were releasing Westerns like fucking crazy. Yeah. Sultana box set, all the single releases, and then nothing for like about 2 years, and then Django, and then the Vengeance Trail set. So
with that, you got to pay attention to how licenses work. Is they probably put out like the Sartana and another set at the what else came out back then? Sartana and what else did you say?
Cemetery of Crosses, Requisite, the Ringo double feature.
Okay, so I think that was the good one, the Pistol for Ringo set. That and Sartana came out, and both of those did very well for them. I bet those sold well, and they went, "Oh shit, we don't have any more lined up. Let's try to get another license." But getting that license and then doing all the elements takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't actually see the fruits of that for a couple of years.
Samurai, you got your movie?
Yeah, somebody sent me a clip, and I couldn't get back in contact with that person to ask them where did they find this. But it's a movie, Japanese martial arts flick, came out in 1989, starring Takagi Junya, and it's called Bad History. And the fight scene he sent me, I was like, this is legit. Like this, what is this? And I put this I sent it to Eric, of course. He's my first go-to guy. And Eric was like, what the hell is that? If Eric doesn't know what it is, it's really obscure. I even threw it towards Rick Myers, and he was like,
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. But the fight scene was dope, man. Like two dudes going at it.
I'm going to go grab a drink. I'll be right back. You guys handle it.
Brian, how are you, sir? How are you doing today?
I am well.
I
am
like
exhausted.
Movies?
A few. I have.
I like movies.
Some in the background. I am. Yeah.
Are you doing horror? Are you doing any horror stuff in October? A little horror theme or no?
I am.
That's right. What am I thinking? You have the whole 31 days of horror thing lined up.
Nice.
I've not seen anybody else post a list. I've got a full list lined up for the entire month, and there are some really good titles on there. It is shocking, some of these that not only that I am excited to revisit, but there are some of these that are classics that I've never seen. And
yeah, we had one back-to-back nights. It was The Wailing and something else. Back-to-back nights.
It is The Wailing and then The Witches.
Yeah.
And even the precursor to that is The Man Who Laughs. That's a pretty crazy 1, 2, 3. And then that following that up, we got that new release from Severin of Cannibal Man. That's a really crazy first week for October. But I'm stoked this came in because Paranorman is on my list for the month.
Mm-hmm.
And I
haven't seen that.
It is a shockingly great movie. It is. It might be my favorite of the Leica movie. Well, Coraline's kind of a classic. So this is like how people hold Coraline in esteem. This is probably as good as Coraline.
Nice.
And then I'm stoked. It's not in physical media, of course, but I just said I have a Muppets tattoo on my arm. We have the Muppets Haunted Mansion from Disney Plus at the end of the month that I cannot wait to see.
See what?
The Muppets Haunted Mansion that Disney Plus is putting out next month. The trailer for that dropped, I think, like 3 or 4 days ago, and it looks great.
I have just subscribed.
I'm such an idiot. I went and got a drink. I went and got a new Monster, and I sat down to drink it, and I go, "Where is it?" It was in my pocket. I stood back up and was like, "Where the fuck did I put it?" It's in my pocket.
I have just subscribed to
Nice.
Disconnected. That's
Yeah,
right. And I have
stoked to have
notification bell as well.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I think all three of you, I have your notifications on. Dude, I watch pretty much almost every one of your streams, Samurai. It's just I'm at work all the time, so I literally throw you on in the background and just listen to you guys chat while I'm fucking cooking pizzas.
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Slinging pasta.
Have me in the background. It's all good.
And then Eric, I've been watching Eric for probably the longest out of anybody on YouTube. Eric is a legend.
I am now subscribed to Fanatical Dragon.
He's awesome. Dragon's awesome. Me and him talk daily. He is extremely knowledgeable when it comes to Shaw stuff. Just insanely knowledgeable. He's good. He has a really good collection. His tastes are very specific. I feel like
the four of us. Well, I feel like Ryan's probably the most varied out of anyone here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ryan, your like knowledge of like everything is just insane.
Yeah.
Except tonight, I'm way out of my element.
But him and Aaron are good together
because you've seen this movie. Okay,
I have seen Wolf Guy.
You're an expert.
Now, the only reason I've seen Wolf Guy is because it was on Joe Bob's Last Drive-In on Shudder.
Good old Joe Bob Briggs. That's perfect.
He's awesome.
Perfect movie to do it
We should
too.
try to get him on the show.
Yeah, you should.
He's like the fucking Norm Macdonald of movies.
Except living.
Hey. You know what the best thing about stage 4 cancer is? There's no stage 5.
I was about to say that and I didn't even know the punchline.
Someone, I forgot where I heard that. I think it was like Tom Segura said that joke, and I was like, "Whoa, yikes! That's a harsh joke to say."
Speaking of old people, you hear William Shatner is going into space?
No.
What?
You didn't hear about this?
No, what?
Who's the rich guy who sends things into space? Bezos?
Branson or Bezos?
Elon
Yeah,
Musk?
he's going on one of Bezos' rockets into space. He's going to be the oldest man in space. He's 90.
Wow.
So either he goes up, makes it down, and he's William Shatner, or he goes up, passes away, and he's William Shatner.
He's 90 years old.
He wins either way.
Wow.
He has a new album out too called Bill.
What a final frontier.
Wow.
Dude, what the fuck? He's really gonna go to space.
That's what he said.
Wow.
He's
You don't-
90.
Shatner don't play, baby.
How is he gonna survive going into space at 90 years old?
He's William Shatner.
We have to make, just from this conversation, we need to make a shirt that says Shatner don't play, one that says hentai is art,
Yes.
one with like Samurai's mohawk out of the corner that says I'm shy.
And speaking of Shatner, I have a horror film with him lined up for October called The Devil's Reign from 1975, which I've never seen.
I've been
Oh,
hearing
no.
about that.
Is that
Oh,
good,
no.
Ryan? By that laugh, you know what that is.
It is very odd. It is wild. What's funny is if you want to make it a double feature, I would suggest pairing that with Kingdom of the Spiders, which is his from around that same time, which blasphemy for all of the arachnophobia lovers. It might be the best spider horror movie ever.
It might be.
And it's pretty
good.
great.
Yeah, I enjoy
And it was put out, I think, by Scorpion Releasing.
Okay.
Oh,
There
so it's
you
got
go.
official release.
Brian,
Yes.
are you doing a horror movie review every day for your month? Or you're just...
I'm going to be watching every day, but I will not be live every day. I have 2 kids under the age of 7, and both of them are special needs. And I'm very busy. Like tonight, I was a part of Aaron Pinn's stream as I was at my 6-year-old's baseball game.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was interesting. Yeah,
Good old Aaron.
I'm going to be
That's a
doing
good
one or
team.
I'm going to be doing 1 or 2 watch-alongs for sure in October, but I can't do every single day.
So last year, Aaron Penn, me, and
He pinned you?
I mean, Aaron's good looking. I mean, if you really wanted to,
He's got the...
You're going to say Brian Sauer.
yeah, Brian Sauer. So Aaron, Brian Sauer, and I did a top 10 best releases of 2020 at the end of the year. At the end of this year, let's make it a huge thing. Let's have both of you on, Eric and Samurai, both you guys on. We'll have Aaron on as well. We'll have fucking Brian on if he can. He's busy. And just do a massive top 10, our 10 favorite physical media releases.
Oh, physical
Of the
media
year.
releases. I
Yes.
thought you were like movie releases of the year.
No,
Okay.
we did just physical media, and we said last year on that video that there's no way 2021 will be topped. We'll top 2020.
I don't know.
And this
man.
year it's been wild, dude. It's been so
The
crazy.
only problem is you guys are going to have what I have, so I won't be... I'll show up to hang out, yeah.
Well, I feel like every week since the last 4 weeks, it's been like Severn announced a new box set because last week we talked about the full horror one, and then now they got the Nun one.
Those will be next year though, because we won't get them by the end of the year.
You guys really think that's going to be?
The Nun one we might. That one's dated
Oh, the Nun one, yeah, but
for November.
the full core, I'm not even expecting that until next year.
Not at
Was
all.
that the one
Especially
with 30 movies in it.
I think it's 17 films and a documentary, so
And then
18
there's like
total.
just as many short films in it. There's like 15
Oh, yeah.
short films.
Oh my god.
And some of the short films are like 50 minutes long.
Yeah.
They're not shorts.
That's awesome. But yeah, you guys more than welcome at the end of the year. Come on, and we'll just have a huge extravaganza.
As long as at the end we all commit seppuku, I'm fine with
it. 47 Ronins now. It's gonna be my same. It's gonna be just this. It's gonna be, hey, I got Gangs of London, guys. That's it.
I mean, that's a great. Mine's gonna be, hey, guess what? Number one is Shaw Brothers. Woo!
If we even get that this year.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope we get that this year.
The big problem is production delays abound.
Oh, really?
With every single company.
Since COVID.
And I mean, Children of the Corn got delayed, and it delayed the next Arrow release, and then that delayed the next one, and it's just going to be a big chain reaction right now.
From a restaurant standpoint, we have been out of veal now for a full month. We can't.
You're still out?
Still out of veal, dude.
Jeez.
We can't get veal, and that's like one of our signature dishes, veal parmesan. We can't get it.
Did you hear about what's going on in the UK? I didn't know this was a thing. But I was streaming with Big Paulie the other day, and he said, yeah, there's like no gas. Like,
yeah, I heard that today.
The trucks stopped delivering. They said, fuck it. So people are just manually going and stocking up on gas themselves because there's no.
Shit.
Why is gas so expensive in the UK? Does our government subsidize gas prices here?
He's saying his buddy just rides his bike to work now because he can't use his
car. The UK is so small.
I'm like, what the fuck?
UK is so tiny. Like, I have a friend who talks about, having to go visit his parents, and it's like 45 minutes to an hour away. And it's like, dude, some people drive that twice to and from work, here in the States.
Dude, it's a 7-hour drive across New York State.
It's 3 hours from me to Ryan. So, it's like that's.
And look at Texas. You can literally be in the south part of Texas and drive for, I think the longest is like 13 and a half hours and still be in Texas.
No fucking way. For real?
Wow.
Holy shit.
I'm planning a trip in October in the midst of 30 days of October. Why am I doing this? 2 days in a row total. I'm going to be driving 19 hours with my kids.
I can't imagine driving with my fucking child for more than 2 hours. But she's pretty good. You give her a tablet, but we try to limit that, because we don't want a kid on, addicted to a tablet full time. Because she got really addicted for a while. We were like, no more tablets, sweetie. But my kid likes ninjas. She likes kung fu movies.
Yeah.
She tells her mom, she goes, Mom, I want to watch kung fu movies. And my wife goes, you're not watching those anymore. You're not. You're too young. And then today,
you're raising them right, Flip.
I am raising her right, and she loves death metal. She loves Cannibal Corpse.
Yes.
So I'll play some Cannibal Corpse or 6 Feet Under, and she's like, "Woo!"
Father of the year.
Thank you.
And when I was 7, I was watching Stallone and Schwarzenegger murder people. I mean, that turned out okay.
It's fun,
dude. I've told this before, but behind the restaurant there was a grocery store that had a video rental place. And I would go over there and rent rated R movies, and they'd be like, Flippo, do your parents know? And I'd be like, yeah. And then I would go home and watch them. My mom would have no idea. She'd be like, what the fuck is this? Why are you watching Terminator 2? You're 4. I'm like, House of a Thousand Corpses, that story is great. I've told that story multiple times. Actually, speaking of that, my mom texted me the other day, and she said, hey, me and your dad watched Devil's Rejects. I go, yeah, that's a great movie. And she goes, you owned that when you were little. Why did I buy that for you? And I was like, because you're a terrible mom.
It's the worst of the trilogy, obviously, but this exclusive steelbook came out today from Best Buy.
I love that.
Really great art.
What's your guys' guilty pleasure?
That's better than the other steelbook that I have, actually.
What's that?
There was an older steelbook release. That artwork's actually kind of cooler, actually.
It's nice, yeah.
What's up, Flip?
What's your guys' guilty pleasure? Because 3 from Hell is like a
Street Fighter.
Oh! You mean the Van Damme?
Van Damme,
yeah, man.
Let's see, other Miami Connection. I love Miami Connection.
Is that a guilty pleasure though? Because that's like a classic now.
Well, it's still bad. It's still a bad movie, but I love it.
That guy's like a motivational speaker now. Have you guys looked into him?
Eric, who's fucking with you, bro?
What?
Anybody fucking with you right now?
No.
People just ban them, man. Eric looked real serious, man.
I'm looking at my my list, my Excel list for
now?
bad movies that I like. I'm scrolling through my list. I'm concentrating and listening.
I was like, Flip will lay the hammer down and ban some.
I'll ban somebody, yeah.
All right.
They're making fun of Eric.
Look, I love how we all just jumped up like we're a gang. Like Brian sat up.
I got one. Gremlins 2. I love it.
Love it?
Love it.
That's a strong word, love.
But that's not bad. Is that considered bad? Really?
A lot of people think so.
Oh, come on.
My channel, we don't believe in guilty pleasures, and I'll say that in the most Barney loving way. And I've used this before, even on this channel, but I will stand by the fact that every single movie has been somebody's favorite movie. Doesn't matter what it is.
Doesn't mean it's your favorite though.
No, and I own tons of trash. I mean, if you're just going to talk about bad movies, I own every single Vinegar Syndrome release. And I own Wolf Guy, and I knowingly hate it. Why do I own it?
I have a friend named Tito, and I've told this before. Very Mexican man. He's one of my best friends, and his favorite movie is Batman vs Superman. And I'll never, very thick accent, I'll never forget. He called me and he goes, "Hey, Filippo, you see Batman vs Superman?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "Oh my God, homie, it's my favorite movie, the favorite movie ever." And I was like, "Really?" And then I watched it. And I was like, "Tito, that movie fucking sucked, dude. Like, what is wrong with you?" And he's like, "I don't know, man. I just love it." I'm like, okay. Shout out to Tito. I miss him. I haven't talked to him in a while.
You're the master of accents, bro.
No, I'm not. Have I? No, I'm not. I'll
Racists usually are.
Anything awkward comes up, I'm just gonna do this and hide myself.
You have to say I'm shy as you do it.
Yeah, I'm shy.
Oh man, dude. The racists usually are. That's great. I watched The Mule. Remember a couple weeks ago I said I watched Gran Torino and he says spooks. I didn't know what that was. He just likes to say his racial slurs. He says in The Mule, he goes, "What are you fellas doing?" And then they go, We're dykes on bikes, young old man. And he's like, "All right, well, I'll see you dykes later," and just walks away. And I'm like, what the fuck, Clint Eastwood?
That's from Tango and Cash, by the way.
Is that really?
Yeah, that's a line from Tango and Cash.
I was expecting him to say like wetback or something in Cry Macho. I was really anticipating it. Like complete the trifecta, you know?
Hey, don't get this video banned, bro.
I've said way worse things on this channel than
and his ethnicity is racially ambiguous enough to come off as not offensive.
See, right now I look like I'm getting ready to join the Taliban. You know, I'm ready to. I'm gonna go to Kabul.
Keep it going,
my
bro.
brothers in arms.
Keep it going.
I'm gonna join my brothers.
I'm shy. Samurai, weren't you on with that stream? No.
Weren't you on with that ISIS
I was
member?
not here. It was somebody else.
Flip Otaku joins ISIS in the headline. I'm just kidding. Fuck that.
Whatchamacallit? I'm trying to think of some other ones. Shit, I even like Ninja 3 The Domination. There's another guilty pleasure.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
There you go. Guilty pleasure.
I
so many.
like those ninja movies with Scott Adkins are good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Dude, Ninja 2 Shadow of a Tear is actually legit badass. It's very underrated.
I like Ninja Assassin with with Rain, the K-pop star.
That was fun.
That's a great movie. I think that movie's awesome.
And
Ryan just grabbed something.
Because I forgot you asked about this. You wanted to see this.
Ooh,
this box is so nice.
What is that?
Fun City Editions is killing it. This is Primetime Panic. Yeah, it's got all the titles on here. This is a 3-pack of TV movies from the early 80s. And it's just incredible. And then not only that, the art on the inside of the box continues when you take off the lid. And they put the same style on all of the covers.
That's pretty sweet.
Oh.
It is so nice.
Nice.
Now, are those movies good?
From all of the reviews so far, I mean, obviously, I just got mine still sealed. They're supposed to be incredible. Especially, there's one called Death Ride to Osaka, and it's supposed to be great.
Huh.
Nice.
Stardom is her dream. Is that what that says?
What about you,
Yes.
Flip? Guilty pleasure.
Stardom is her dream and her nightmare.
Guilty pleasure. I love Failure to Launch with Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
It's a very weird pick, but when I was living with my parents, I was going through like, that phase where you're like, don't know what the fuck you want to do with your life. Do I continue college? I would watch that. It was on Netflix. I'd watch it every night and I would fall asleep to it. I love that movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's terrible. Don't watch it. But it's it's a terrible. It's a romance comedy. It's
Is it
not
that
my
bad,
thing.
Brian?
It's
Is
it was
bad?
before the reconnaissance. Yes.
Okay.
I got a
Just by
made
the
for
way-
TV recommendation for you.
Okay.
Fans of high tension should check out Intensity from 1997. Okay. Dean Koontz directed. The first
How have I not heard of this?
45 minutes of high tension is basically a direct ripoff of the first hour of Intensity. And Intensity is like a 3-hour made for TV. Is it 3? Around 3+ hour made for TV film. Same plot of high tension for the first half, and then the second half is a little bit different. And I strongly recommend it. It's a cool flick.
Right.
It's
like
got
it
John
already.
C. McGinley.
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
What?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a good flick.
He's the bad guy?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Is that on Amazon Prime?
I don't know, but the DVD is pretty cheap, I think.
Okay.
If you want a TV made for TV movie, to kick it back to something I love, there is a Lone Wolf and Cub television movie. There's actually 2 movies that we didn't get over here. There's a 7th Baby Cart film. There's 3 movies we didn't get over here. There's a 7th Baby Cart film. Terrible. But the made for TV movie is actually pretty good. It condenses all 6 movies. Again, it's like a 3-hour movie. So it condenses all 6 movies, and then the actor who plays Lone Wolf is the main bad guy of the Yagu clan in this, and they have a final showdown, and it's actually not bad. It's not bad.
The other one I liked, I think it was maybe it was direct-to-video, but there was a movie called Pure Danger with C. Thomas Howell back in the 90s. It was a pretty fun action film.
Someone should do a made-for-TV action movie box set.
I can see that. Yeah.
I can see that being a thing. Because there's some gems. There's got to be a couple hidden gems in there.
There's a lot of horror stuff, I'm sure, but in terms of action, I'm sure there's got to be. They dig a little bit.
Wasn't that Vinegar Syndrome made for TV horror box set titled Volume 1?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're getting for sure another one.
I think Fudo, the new generation, was direct-to-video. Maybe not made for television, but direct-to-video, and then they decided to release it in theaters because it was so good.
Yeah, Eric,
Could be.
The movie Intensity's on DVD.
Yeah. Pick it up,
It's only-
dude. I bet you'll like it.
It's like $22 on Amazon. I just added it.
That's not bad.
And
Cool.
speaking of Amazon, I think you said last time, Eric, that it wasn't available. In the last week, I pre-ordered Mimicry Freaks in honor
Nice.
of you.
Interesting to see if you like it or not. I liked it.
Yeah. Can't
Flip,
wait to
did
get
you
that one.
find Bad History?
What was that?
The movie I was telling you.
Bad History?
Yeah, the one I was looking up. Remember?
I
Did you even hear that?
Yeah, I did. I couldn't find it. Bad History. What year is it?
1989, Takagi Jr. I'm gonna forward you the picture.
Yeah, forward me the picture.
Well, it's a screenshot, but at least maybe try to find
If
it.
you type in Bad History 1989 and you put T, right? T for his name, Taylor Swift comes up.
Nice.
Wrong movie.
Oh man,
Well,
dude.
there's a little hunt for you, Flip, because I know you like it to collect.
I do like to collect.
But it's annoying now because it's like nobody can find this movie. Like, this is kind of ridiculous. It's not on YouTube.
No, it's one thing I've noticed over the past few years is that there were movies on DVD, out of print, and they just disappear. They don't make the transition to streaming or Blu-ray.
It's on
Tons of
Letterboxd.
movies.
True.
It's on Letterboxd, and it looks like it has 0 people who have watched it.
Oh, jeez.
But it appears in 4 lists. What are these lists? It appears in Biker Exploitation, iHeart Musicals,
Is it a musical?
It's a musical. I don't know.
Yeah. So listen to this. This is the plot synopsis according to Letterboxd.
What?
Bad History, 1989. After a post-apocalyptic prologue narrated in English, we get a Japanese biker film / borderline rock opera with some thriller-style dances. Great action scenes from Junya Takagi as well.
What is this, like Burst City 2.0 or
Dude,
something?
Burst City's great. That's a great movie. But
now I have to watch this now.
I have to find this fucking movie, dude.
I have to watch this now.
It's
I'm thinking it's like a serious action movie. Could you imagine if I did find it?
You find it, and you're like, woo!
And all of a sudden, everyone's dancing and shit.
You'd be like, what am I watching? Dude, someone's got to have a VHS or something in Japan of that.
That's going to be one of the Vinegar Syndrome mystery Black Friday titles.
Watch it. Yeah.
Wow.
Straight from Japan. Musicals from Japan.
Fanatical Dragon. See if you can find Bad History.
Yeah, dude, I want to see that now. What the fuck? Come on, Kubrick lover. Always Sunny was the first thing I thought of when I heard Flip joins ISIS. Thanks, Ryan.
Actually, guys, I got to bounce for a little bit because I'm streaming at 10 o'clock.
Oh shit! Well, I think we should just go and wrap it up then.
You don't have to wrap it up.
Over 2. Okay, well then, I mean, Eric, if you want to still stay and kick it, we can go for another 20 minutes or so.
Quick pluggy plug. I can do before that. I go. Quick pluggy plug.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys watching right now, you know what you need to do. Okay, subscribe. Hit the motherfucking notification bell. That's right. You wanted to subscribe to Flip Otaku, son. If you're new to the channel, you want to subscribe to Flip Otaku Disconnected. You want us to subscribe Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast.
Damn
That's right. Badass channels. These guys know their shit. They're awesome, and they're a lot of fun. So make sure you guys subscribe to them. All right, that's it.
And guys, if you haven't subscribed to him, Phat Samurai Guy, do it because he's fucking awesome.
Well, thank you.
Dude, seriously, thanks for coming on. Thanks for, the fact that you popped in chat one day, I was like, holy fuck. Phat Samurai Guy, well, this is my same reaction with Eric too. But yeah, dude, we have to do something again very soon because this has been fun.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Yep.
Oh, really quick. A real plug now. Don't forget to join me and Eric this Thursday for the next episode of Versus Horror Edition. We're doing horror anthology. That's right. Creep Show versus Tales from the Motherfucking Hood. Y'all know what's up. So make sure you join us for that.
Damn.
And I have actress, model, singer Nina Bergman is going to be hanging out with the Samurai tomorrow. We're going to talk movies. And don't forget to buy Wolf Guy. Buy it while it lasts. Greatest film of all time.
Watch it sell out.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Use Phat Samurai's affiliate link, and it'll come with an exclusive slipcover that says Wolf Shy.
Yeah.
All right, Brian. Nice meeting you, brother. Flip.
You too.
See you, buddy.
I'll be back. Let me know. I'll come on back, man.
Oh, yeah, man. And hey, if you ever want me on your channel on a Monday or Tuesday,
both
let
you guys.
me know, man.
We'll do some future verses when we go back to action, martial arts and stuff.
Please.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. Take care.
See you, buddy.
Have a good night.
What a good guy. What a fun
Great
guy.
hype man.
Very good hype man. I kind of want to clip that. Use it as my opening. And then use a video of Eric looking serious and be like, this guy will come after you if you don't subscribe to Flip. Eric, do you ever get mad? Because you seem very even-keeled.
When I get mad, I explode, but it doesn't happen often.
You seem scary when you're mad. You seem like you're terrifying. You're also tall too, right? You're like what, 6'2"?
I'm like 5'10", 5'9", 5'10".
It's still taller than me, motherfucker. Oh man, it makes me mad every time I meet another YouTuber and they're like, "Hey, I'm 6 foot." I'm like, "Oh, cool, sweet."
Flip, when we finally put the title that we're tossing around behind the scenes on this, and we go to make a logo, it should be just disparaging heights, where like you only see me from the shoulder down, and you like just the top of your head next to me.
Okay, I'm fine with that. What's on your shirt today?
It is a classic.
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, man, what is that? That could be a Texas Chainsaw, or that could be.
It is kind of unsettling when that's all you're seeing.
Yeah, that's like all I see. I was like, who is that?
See, when people
that's
think
my
of
grandma.
When people think of that movie, they think violence. When I think of that movie, I think suspense and terror.
Movie, I think titties.
It is tension.
Yeah. The scene, my favorite scene is the scene where she's running through like almost like the barbed wire branches, and he's like slowly coming at her with like the chain. It's a damn good movie, man.
There are so many movies from the 70s and 80s that people, just because of the way they felt when they watched it, they remember as being these bloody, shocking movies. And then you watch it in 2021, you're like, wait a minute. There was like zero blood in this movie.
Yeah.
I want to highlight this. Wolf Guy Plug is basically the same with Keen. Michael Keen plugging Let My Puppies Come.
No, let my puppets come, not puppies.
Let my puppy. That is okay. I Google Let My Puppies Come. And I was like, what is it? I really just did because I thought that's what it said. I should probably read the whole fucking thing next time.
This is what it's from.
What is that?
This is a puppet porno.
Oh my goodness.
Hentai is art.
I mean,
nice.
It looks like
those are puppet genitals.
Wait, where?
I mean, those are boobs, and then there's some.
I thought it was eyeballs.
Yeah, I thought it was eyeballs. That's some weird.
No, that's a chest.
Oh,
damn.
Huh.
God, I kind of want to watch that.
Do you guys remember the crudely drawn animation from the 70s called Witch's Night Out?
No.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Man, I think you guys should watch it if there's if it's on YouTube or something. I know they have a DVD release. It's like this crudely drawn Halloween special where this old lady witch changes these little kids into actual monsters for their Halloween costumes, and stuff goes crazy. It was a cool flick. That just reminded me of it a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, the animation style kind of looks like those puppets a little bit. So do you guys have, October's coming up. Do you guys have a plan? Like, do you guys have a list of movies you guys are going to be doing? Like, what days?
I have themed days of every single week for the watch along for my channel. So I've got, let's see, just to run through the week, I've got Sundays is Hotel Hells, and it's all movies based around hotels and motels. Mondays are, I called it Silent Madness. It's all classic silent horror movies. Tuesdays is called Folk Yeah, and none of the movies that we're going to be watching are from the Severn box set, so it's going to be preparing for the Severn box set. And then Wednesdays, because it's my family movie night, I chose family-friendly horror movies for Wednesdays. Thursdays, classic Video Nasties from the UK. Got some really good ones in there, like Faces of Death and Bloody Moon. Fridays, we had somebody beg for horror in the woods. So I've got things like Cabin Fever and Misery on there. And then Saturday is probably my biggest, it's always my favorite every year, is I always have to have a foreign horror day. And Foreign Frights is my Saturday. And I've got stuff like Tale of Two Sisters, for those that didn't watch it with us. I've got Lake Mungo, Ringu, Santa Sangre, Funny Games, the original, Deep Red, Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. Yeah, I can't wait. I love October.
Oh yeah, I got a whole list. I haven't listed out the days yet. I got a lot of double features. I'm doing I'm like rewatching The Shining, and then I'm gonna check out Dr. Sleep for the first time.
Wow.
Oh wow. If you don't have it, I would suggest the director's cut.
Oh, okay.
It's like 23 minutes longer. And it really gives it fleshes out the story in ways that the theatrical cut it leaves the wrong things out, basically.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm doing the collection movies.
Nice.
Doing Pet Sematary rewatch and then the remake. I'm gonna watch for the first time. I'm almost kind of doing like a rewatch and then a first time. Doing the Creep movies from the 2010s, which I haven't seen.
Oh my gosh, some of the best mumblecore ever. I love Mark Duplass, and the first one is a classic, and then the second one, not to take from the title too much, but it is creepy as hell. And supposedly he is still working on a third script. He just can't find the right story, and they eventually will make it.
Nice. Doing the Quiet Place films, The Empty Man, Tales from the Crypt from 1972.
Ooh.
Vampire's Breakfast, a Hong Kong horror film I haven't seen. Same with The Trail. The Maid I haven't seen yet.
Nice, yeah.
Thai
Epic
film.
pictures.
And I'm doing the Men Behind the Sun sequels for first time viewing. And then a whole bunch of rewatches of Asian horror films I've never seen on Blu-ray. So it's going to be a nice month.
Now, do you own all these physically?
Most of my first-time viewings, I'm either streaming or I still have the Netflix mail-in DVD service, and a bunch of them are on there.
They still do that?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild to me. Do they have new stuff too? Like, are they keeping up to date with everything?
Yeah, new stuff comes out. You'll have to wait a few months. But I watched like Wonder Woman on there. I think they're actually doing DVDs. I don't know how they're able to release like the stuff that's on the streaming sites, but they can, you know.
I don't like horror movies very much, so I might just do like a horror tinge kung fu list.
Do a Chinese Ghost Story trilogy.
Chinese Ghost Story. I could do. I think it's nine demons. It's a Shaw Brothers pseudo Venomob film, which is just straight up fucked up in horror. Is it Masked Avengers, the horror tinged one? I think it's Masked Avengers.
Possibly.
But yeah, there's a couple.
I mean, with the way that you like Asian cinema, you could literally just do the entire month of Asian horror. There are so many incredible Asian horror movies out there.
Audition. Tokyo Border Police.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. That's a great movie. Watch 7 Golden Vampires. Isn't that the Shaw Brothers Hammer Films collaboration? Yeah.
Yep.
That's so crazy.
It's got a blue out from Scream Factory too.
Does it really?
It does.
Wow.
Yeah, this year I had to think about my list a little bit more because 2 years ago I did a bunch of Hammer films, just like tons of them. Nice. And then last year I did all the Universal Monster film, or whatever's in that 30 disc set thing or whatever. So that was, that basically took up a lot of the month. But now this year I got to do a nice mix and match.
What's your favorite horror movie of all time, Eric? Besides Tale of Two Sisters. Besides that, because that's obvious.
If I do Japan, if Cure counts, I count Cure. If some people consider it thriller, I would do Pulse.
Okay.
Hong Kong, I might pick up The Boxer's Omen. I freaking love that movie. Okay. Thailand, I would do like maybe Phobia 2. There's this movie called Phobia 2 there. If I count like American, what do I like the most? I actually really like The Shining a lot. Alien. Alien's high. The original.
Fantastic.
The last 20 minutes, again, the suspense and the tension of the last 20 minutes of that movie's awesome, man.
I would say my favorite horror movies probably Alien, yeah. That's a great movie. Martyrs is up there. I really like the French stuff. Like the French New Wave was just insane. Like when I was in,
it was great.
I was in high school when that shit was called. Teeth also scared the fuck out of me. Like a vagina dentata.
I still haven't seen Teeth, and I regret it to this day because my wife and I, we got married, and for our pseudo honeymoon, we did a road trip through all of California, and we ended up in San Francisco halfway through, and we wanted to. We had a free night. There was nothing going on, and we found that some rundown bar in the middle of San Francisco was showing Teeth for free in a bar, and we were like, dude, this is crazy. We've heard about this movie. Let's go see it. We drive by, and it's in the sketchiest part of town. We're like, I don't even want to park the car. So we just kept driving.
Eric, I want to know if you've seen this movie. Ogie, my friend Ogie, who was in the chat earlier, bought this for me after I got into a car crash. And he was like, hey, here, this will cheer you up.
cosplay fetish battle drones.
No.
It's terrible. It's so bad. You bought it for me as a gag, and I was like, man, this made me feel worse. I want to get in a car crash again. I'd rather be knocked out again.
The title sounds great.
It's something, dude. I guess guilty pleasure is Ice bought this for me. I'm guessing as a gift, as a joke too. But I actually kind of like these movies.
I know Samurai Guy's got to do a review on those because he's seen some of them, but not all of them.
They're so fucking ridiculous. Like Tom Berenger, he's the man, dude. And they're still making them. Like I think the last one was like 2018, 2019. So that's a guilty pleasure. The first one's like legitimately kind of good. They're like,
yeah, I like it. Yeah.
And then they were just like, let's just keep making. But who's buying these? Who keeps buying these fucking movies? These sniper movies? Yeah. The first one's not bad. But then there's the newest one came out in. Okay, I was wrong. 2017. Sniper Ultimate Kill.
Ultimate Kill.
With Billy Zane, Chad Michael Collins, Tom Berenger.
Wait, the last one?
Yeah.
Man, Billy Zane.
He was just at the HorrorCon in Kansas City recently.
How did you meet him?
I walked by him. I was very poor when I went to our con this year.
The top review is, I did not expect Sniper 7 to be such a legitimate movie with a real script and a budget and whatnot. They even managed to get Zane and Berenger. All the other sequels could just afford one of them. It's got... The credits rolled on this for about 5 minutes before I was due to pick up the phone to phone the director, Claudio Phat, to talk about another of his movies. Needless to say, much of this ensuing convo ended up revolving around this shooting in Bogota, his genius FX guy, and the content of unprintable chats between him and the execs from Sony Pictures. Hands down, this is the best entry in the series. Shot for a cost of $3 million. It looks like it cost 5 times that. The action sequences impress, while Colombia makes for an ideal location. Meanwhile, it's the first movie to combine all 3 snipers, Tom Berenger, Billy Zane, and Chad Michael Collins. A reunion that's worth hunting down despite its absence from physical media in the UK. What the fuck? What?
I still don't believe it.
Guys, do you guys kind of want to watch this and review it? I kind of want to watch Sniper Ultimate Kill.
No, the problem is that I have to watch all the other ones.
You don't have to watch them all.
I think
I haven't seen the first 6 snipers. How am I going to understand the story?
Okay, I'm watching the trailer and it looks nice.
It's just because I want to know these guys' characters when they come together in the last one, even if the plot isn't.
Oh man, dude, they straight up like have the bullets slow motion like in the Sniper games.
I agree with Ice in the chat there. He said, how much did they pay this guy? The guy that reviewed it.
He flew him out to Dubai for his interview.
I mean, the top comments on the trailer. Can't wait to see this. Chad is really an amazing actor. I love the way she walks like a duck with all those combat gear. You can't unsee this. My favorite movie. What the fuck? Again, everyone's favorite movie. Every movie is someone's favorite movie. Someone out there is like a fucking diehard sniper film series fanatic.
Oh yeah.
They're like, dude, sniper. They probably like keep it a secret until they get close. They're like, hey, listen, I really, really like the sniper movies, and you're just like, why might I not talk to you ever again?
Brings a girl home and he's got a huge poster of Tom Berenger over his bed.
He's got all 3 of them. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. He's got Tom Berenger, Chad Michael Collins, and Billy Zane.
Goes to a horror con to get Billy Zane to autograph Sniper instead of something else.
What's up with Chad Michael Collins? Is he a TV actor? He's only been in 17 films. And half of them are sniper movies. He's been Sniper Reloaded, Sniper Assassins In, Sniper Ghost Shooting, Sniper Legacy, and Sniper Ultimate Kill.
What the fuck? Man, that's awesome. I kind of want to buy the rest of these as a joke and watch them. They all have the same score on Letterboxd, 2.5. All of them.
I can see you posting on like December 15th a 45-minute guide to the sniper films.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it, dude. I'm gonna do it.
You can watch all the movies, do a review of it, and I'll watch your video while I drink my coffee.
And I will glean enough information. I'll be done then. Yeah.
It'll save me like 16 hours.
They can't be that. I mean, they can't be any worse than fucking all the Van Damme shit, you know?
Or Wolf Guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty hard to be as bad as Wolf Guy. Oh, it's on a list called the unwatchable pile.
My confidence is rising.
Oh, they're streaming on Crackle. So that
Crackle.
That kind of tells you what kind of movies. Oh man,
I haven't heard of anything coming out on Crackle since like 2014.
I think Peacock has more momentum right now.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's because they signed what's his name? Taylor Sheridan. He's doing a Taylor Sheridan universe. He's got like multiple shows coming out. Yeah, you didn't know this? He's doing Yellowstone. He's doing the prequel to Yellowstone set in the 1800s.
Oh, that's
and then he's doing the Mayor of Kingstown, which is also set in the Taylor Sheridan universe. So that's pretty awesome, dude. Taylor Sheridan. Eric, how do you have like what I want to know is like you're kind of elusive because you have like no social media. You don't have an Instagram?
No, I don't know. I just social media. I'm not saying there's a correlation. I'm just saying popularity of social media rises. Increase of anxiety and depression has risen. Sales of antidepressants have risen. So I'm just kind of like, I'll go on. YouTube's my main platform. Outside of YouTube, I spend like 5 minutes on other platforms a day.
Letterboxd. That's my addiction now. If it wasn't for all the Facebook groups and like friends from those groups, I wouldn't have Facebook. In the restaurant too, the fucking pizza place. I gotta have that.
Yeah.
I called my mom, Ryan. I go, hey, it's National Sons Day, bitch. You want me to post something about how awesome I am? And she told me what to write. And I did. And then someone in the comments wrote, who wrote this?
What's funny is I almost posted. I literally had it copied and pasted in the comments and decided no one else would care. I had the meme of Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man that I was going to.
That's good. That's really good. You should have, dude.
It would only have been for you and me, though.
You know what I'm going to do? Instead of horror movies, I'm going to do Snipetober and only watch movies based around snipers.
You do Enemy at the Gates.
Yeah. What are some other good sniper-based films?
There's a Hong Kong movie called Sniper that's decent.
I'm looking up 50 films for Sniper. What is that? Like, none of these look like sniper movies.
You know what you should see if you haven't seen it is 1968's Targets.
Okay. I could do Targets.
Have you heard of Targets before?
Mm-mm.
It says Brian Orlock is an old horror movie star who feels that he is an anachronism. Compared to real-life violence, his films are tame. Where is the rest of this? Man, that is not a good summary. Hold on. These are just quotes. What is this, IMDb? This is BS. Okay, an elderly horror film star, while making a personal appearance at a drive-in theater, confronts a psychotic Vietnam War veteran who is turned into a mass-murdering sniper at a drive-in theater.
That sounds cool. Why hasn't that happened in America yet? We need to catch up.
You can review The Professional.
Leon, The Professional?
Ice Cube mentioned War of the Arrows. It's an arrow. It's a bow and arrow. Huh?
Target. Ryan said Targets, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that on my list. War of the Arrows?
Yeah.
Oh, Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. You got
Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. I don't hate that movie actually.
Wolf Warrior Part 2 has some pretty sweet sniper duels in it.
Enemy at the Gates is probably the highest rated one of all of these. Yeah, it's got 3.4. Oh, The Gunman with Sean Penn from 2015. I don't know what that is. Jarhead. There's snipers in that.
Hated Jarhead.
Movies where Jeremy Renner is a sniper. There's a whole list of this. SWAT.
La Femme Nikita may count.
Oh, Wind River. He snipes the fuck out of those dudes in that movie.
Definitely does.
Hurt Locker.
Wolf Warrior 2.
Wolf Warrior 2. The Bourne Legacy. I feel so bad for Jeremy Renner. He was supposed to get two franchises handed to him. Mission Impossible and the Bourne movies were supposed to be passed down to him, and then nobody gave a fuck. Because that one he's in with Tom Cruise is supposed to be like the transition movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, nah, you fucking suck. But hey, he's getting a Christmas special on Disney Plus this year. He's playing Green Arrow. Salt? Is Salt a good? Is that a Phone Booth? Dude, Phone Booth's underrated. I
like that movie.
I
agree.
like that too.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, Snipetober. So we got like 20 movies right there.
Yeah.
Listed. Perfect. Leon the Professional. Yeah, he does snipe those people in that scene. I remember I took a girl to see Salt. I went on a date to see Salt. And that movie, that did not pan out. My date was as bad as that movie. I think that's Time and Tide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, No Tears for the Dead.
Yeah, that would work too, right?
That's such a good fucking movie. How do you feel about that movie?
I really like it. It's just it got a little bit of everybody was comparing it to The Man from Nowhere because a lot of people like The Man from Nowhere more by the same director. So I think it got kind of an unfair rap, but I think it's good. I really like it.
Hot take. This is a very hot take. Okay, Eric. I think the knife fight in The Man from Nowhere is fucking overrated. It's
maybe slightly over-edited.
Yeah, it's super. That's my problem with it. Is that it's not as good as Steven Seagal versus Tommy Lee Jones, where he literally just goes, just like this the whole time. It's so fucking goofy. Does he count Ronin?
I love the freaking movie, though. Any excuse to watch that movie, I would do it.
I
think it's more of a car chase movie for me, but
yeah. I love that Ronin starts off with a quote about what a Ronin is, and then never goes back into that ever. It's just so ridiculous. I said Silent Trigger with Dolph Lundgren, which this poster is probably the goofiest fucking looking gun I've ever seen. Look at this. Those bullets are the size of his skull. Silent Trigger. The terms are clear. Kill or be killed. God, that's fucking terrible. Someone gave it 5 stars that I'm friends with. Silent Trigger may be Dolph Lundgren's finest hour. The story is edgy, dark, and sexy. The atmosphere is highlighted by lots of rain and appropriate mood music. Can't talk. With characters credited as shooter, spotter, supervisor. You would think the story is lazy and weak. You'd be wrong. Silent Trigger puts 95% of B movies to shame.
Sheesh.
Watching Dolph Lundgren handle a 50 caliber sniper is a sight to see. Long distance, boom, headshot. Close quarters, you're dead, motherfucker. Dolph is on fire. Damn, I kind of want to watch this. This guy's getting pumped up about this. Another highlight is casting Nick the Pimp from Days of Our Lives as the supervisor. He's running around with an M3 shotty, and he loves elevator rides. Silent Trigger is for the patient action lover. There's a story, and it jumps at times. If you don't pay attention, you might get confused, but there's a tad bit of very dated CG, but what would you expect from 1996? Most of the effects are practically awesome.
and Silent Trigger is a movie I could watch over and over again. Plus, it's directed by the same fella who brought us Razorback, Highlander, and Ricochet. I'm asking all my action-loving movie friends to check this out. It's on Amazon Video. Huh. Ooh, The Jackal. Yeah, that's a good movie.
The Accountant.
Okay. Ben Affleck in that movie is... I did not like it.
That is a genuinely good movie, but there's a lot of other things that come with that.
Just did they have to like? I feel like the fact that he's autistic is just a shoehorn in that movie. It didn't feel. I don't know. It feels like he wanted his own Bourne movies. He was like, "Oh, my friend Matt Damon's doing Bourne movies. I want my own franchise. Let's put our twist on it. Is that I'm autistic?" And then they're doing a sequel. Oh,
yeah, supposedly.
I guess Eric really likes The Accountant.
You said no, F you.
He was like, The Accountant is my favorite film of all time.
Had enough of this harassment?
Oh shit. Do I message him?
He might come back in.
I'm sure he'll come back in. He was quiet and then all of a sudden, boom, disappeared.
His computer could have died, yeah.
That's true. That's true. I don't think I'm making good guesses. The American? The American, is that a movie? Like American Sniper, or is it just The American? How do you feel about war hero Chris Kyle? How do you feel about American Patriot?
How do you feel about rubber babies?
My daughter today took her rubber baby. She had, her baby.
Yeah.
She was like, "Bad baby," and started punching it in the fucking skull. I was like, Bridget, no, you can't do that. I just have a message like computer crash ?
He's just gonna send you back a middle finger emoji.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Fuck you, you suck. I hate you."
I am shocked that I'm still awake. I had a rough night last night. I only got like 4 hours of sleep yesterday.
Oh Jesus, why?
I have no idea. I've had everything running through my mind for the last week. I had that job interview I brought up last Thursday, and I was shocked that it went like shockingly great. So I'm playing all the scenarios of I'm not going to get it, and this is why. And the sad thing is, I don't even like if I go into work tomorrow and I have a job offer and on my email, I don't even know if I'm going to take it. So really? I'm making myself all anxious for no reason yet. Yeah, there's way too many questions. It would be a massive change for me. Like I would have direct reports in, I think, 7 different states.
Ooh. So, did we piss you off by saying The Accountant with Ben Affleck is not a good movie?
Freaking all I know is I have Tom Berenger on one side of my house and Billy Zane on the other. I don't know what happened.
Oh, you better watch out because Chad Michael Collins might be around.
I had to take care of business.
Eric is in the new movie Crossfire.
Dude, that would be a great plot. Someone talking shit about the sniper movies in real life, it's Eric. And then all of a sudden the 3 snipers transcend on his house.
He's from opposite sides of the house, and they take each other out.
Yeah,
Eric's grabbing like the Zatoichi set. He's like, "This will pay for half of the things that are going to get broken." Oh man, yeah, I really want another job. I think I might just say fuck it and become a truck driver.
They need them right now.
They make good money. Fucking,
I would fall asleep all the time.
That's why you do meth.
It's a good call.
That's why you gotta start doing meth. Which I don't think I could. If meth was a pill, because I don't like smoke. I think I would try it. Ingestible meth, is that a thing? Can you do that?
Ingestible.
Eric, what's the craziest drug that you've ever done?
Alcohol.
Amen, brother.
I never even got a chance. I remember I was in high school waiting at the bus stop with a few guys, and somebody from our neighborhood was driving to high school. It was cold out. It's like, hey, come on, we'll drive you. And we're like, all right. And then they stopped around the corner from the school and started smoking weed. And it was my first exposure to it. So they were like passing it around, but like the smell was too much for a first time. And I actually rolled down the window like, no, like, keep the window up. I'm like, all right. And by the time it got to me, I was just like, I can't, man. I'm getting like sick to my stomach. It was too much of the smell for a first time. And ever since then, the smell just smells like a skunk to me. It makes me sick.
Makes me sick too.
Yeah.
My first exposure to weed was I ate a couple pot brownies.
Oh, no.
By accident. I didn't know. I was still 400 pounds. And I went to a music festival and we're camping out and someone goes, hey, does anybody want brownies? And my fat ass goes, yeah, I love brownies. So I grabbed a couple and fucking ate them. And as I'm on my second one about to finish it, they were like, dude, big guy, no. And I was like, what's wrong? And they're like, that's weed. And I was like, oh my God. I started panicking. So 20 minutes go by, I feel fine. I feel like I'm on cloud nine. I'm happy. I'm like, woo, I'm all right. I'm like, this is not bad. And then we get on a Ferris wheel, and it's one of those big ones where you can fit like 7 people in like a seat, and it's loading people up, and I'm afraid of heights. And when we get to the top, I started having a massive panic attack that I was going to die. So I took all my clothes off but my underwear and tied it around my head. So there's a 400-pound, 5'6" Italian man on one of these, and I was laying on the flat on the floor as much as I could and just feeling it sway. I was like, if I protect my head, if I fall, I will survive. That was my thinking. Not good, dude. Most embarrassing moments ever, and haven't done it since.
I heard a story from some guys who did the edible brownies, and they said they were out of commission for about 24 hours.
Jesus. Someone, one of my friends, we're not friends anymore, because of this. I got him a job. We were both in high school. I got him a job at the restaurant. He's washing dishes, and he was addicted to pills, and he slipped a painkiller into my Monster. And I'm allergic to hydrocodone. So if it would have been hydrocodone, it would have closed my airwaves, and I would have not. It wouldn't have been good, but it wasn't. Thank God. But I remember just going about my work shift, and out of nowhere, I couldn't lift anything, and I started panicking, and I was like, "What?" And I had to sit down in the back, and he was like, "Huh." You feel that, bro? And I was like, Mike, what did you do to me? He's like, I slipped you a Tramadol. And I was like, oh, dude, I can't feel anything. I'm like, this is bad, Mike. I need to go to the bathroom because I didn't want him to get in trouble with my parents. So I like went to the bathroom for like 45 minutes and was just like trying to not die is what it felt like. I was like, oh my God. But after that, yeah, we weren't friends anymore. I was like, fuck you. You fucking drugging your friends? Same guy I got into my first car crash with, and the lady and I were having a very cordial conversation. We're like, oh, sorry, whatever. Cops are on their way. And once the cops get there, Mike was just like, fuck you, cops. And I was like, yo, Mike, calm down. You're going to get me in big trouble. And it got so bad that the guy goes, look, if you don't get your friend calm down, I'm going to write you a ticket. And I was like, Mike, shut the fuck up, please. Crazy guy. He ended up stealing our good friend's dad's cancer medication. He was so addicted to pills. Jesus. And now he's homeless in the streets of Mexico. Me and him
at least it had a happy ending.
Well, we were friends on Facebook until a couple weeks ago. Whether or not you're anti-mask or anti-vaccine, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I posted a meme about abortion, about pro-choice versus, just a meme about abortion, because I'm a troll on Facebook. And he wrote, yeah, pro-choice, kind of like how you're against anti-vaxxers. And then was like, you're a Nazi for thinking that way. Let anti-vaxxers live, blah, 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 blah. Like huge, like massive paragraph. And I just wrote, I'm not going to get lectured by the guy who literally drugged me in high school. He blocked me and removed me then. What a fucking asshole. Shout out to Mike. He actually moved back here before he went to Mexico, and he was dating a girl. Her brother her brother died, who was a friend of mine, and she broke up with him because he was smoking crack at the funeral outside, and caught him and was like, "What the?" So shout out to Mike. Hope you're doing well, man. I'm saying this as I'm literally drinking liquid crack. You know,
That's basically meth right there.
Third one today, though.
Wow, that's impressive. Usually it would have been third one of the stream.
I did. I had one, so I had two. I've had a monster and a half on stream. I woke up a little early because my daughter hit her head, so I kind of like fucked up my sleep schedule, and then I fell asleep on the couch, and woke up to my daughter telling me that she loves to eat farts. So, which I tell her to say that to her mom because Taylor's like, we need to not have our daughter talking like a boy. And I'm like, tell your mom you love to eat farts. I think I actually have an audio clip of her straight up being like, hey, I eat farts. They were sending me audio clips. Last night we were going back and forth, and she was just like, I love you. I pooped my pants. Did you hear that? She whispered.
I love you.
Let's see what I can say.
I love you. I love you.
God, I'm trying to find the one where she goes, I eat farts. I don't know if I can find it.
You're my best one? Oh, you're my best one. That's cute.
You're my best friend? Oh, you're my best friend. That's cute. That was my favorite. Kids are awesome. But Eric's living it right.
I can't do it, man.
I wouldn't change being a dad. But
And I hang out with kids every weekend with family members. My family members have kids, well, especially football season. We hang out every Sunday for football. So I hang out with the kids every Sunday.
Speaking of football,
that's
man,
enough for me.
That fucking field goal.
Yeah.
Dude. Man, the poor Lions. That's the second time in history that they've lost to a record-breaking field goal. Poor Lions. Football's been good this year.
Yeah.
It's been fun. So your family sounds like they might be Italian.
Oh yeah.
You guys get together at, is it Nona's house every once a week?
My uncle's house. Yeah.
Your uncle's house. That's what we do every Monday. We get together at Nona's, and football's usually on. I didn't know that you were Italian.
I could show you my chest if you want.
Whip it out, dude. Yeah.
The weird turns the chat takes at midnight.
So does that mean your mom's Italian?
Yeah.
Yep. Because Bossard's what, German?
Yeah, it's like German-French border territory type thing.
Cool.
I'm thinking of pronouncing my name Bosser.
Bosser. Eric Bosser. That's a good name. Bossard's cool, though. What, did people just call you boss in high school? Were they just like, what's up, boss?
Kind of, yeah.
That's sick. People just called me Flip. And then when I got really fat, they called me Fat Lipo. That was fun. That was a good. Flippo the Hippo. That was another one that was pretty fun. And it's so funny because these kids would make fun of me, and then they would come into the restaurant with their parents. And then I had a back room with a TV and Super Nintendo when we were kids. And they would want to come play games, and I would just be like, fuck you, get out of here, motherfuckers. But then once you get out of high school, everyone's cool for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the assholes from third grade to senior year are just suddenly nice because they're like, oh fuck, the real world sucks. I was a late bloomer for sure. Like
a lot of guys are, I think.
Yeah. I wasn't tall.
I'm not a one-upper in any way, but not only was I a late bloomer, my parents also had me skip a grade, so it was compounded and it was rough.
I didn't skip any grades. I skipped to my Lou a couple of times, but that was just bad. That was terrible, man. That was terrible.
What do you want to do next week, Eric? You're more than welcome to come on again. You can come on for a third time trilogy. You can pick the movie.
I can pick the movie.
Oh my God! Please don't say what I.
No, it won't be that one.
No tumbling doll of flesh, please.
It's going to be October. I think it's time we actually have you start watching horror movies for this channel.
All right, you two both pick a horror movie right now, and I'll watch it this week.
Well, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll even put it in your court. My movie for next Tuesday on my channel is The Wailing.
The Wailing, okay. I think
if you haven't seen it yet, that's perfect for you.
Okay, The Wailing. How about you, Eric?
Do you want to do 2 movies? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, you guys pick, and I will watch your picks. You can pick anything.
Do you have? Oh wait, do you have Shudder?
I can get Shudder. It's like what, $3 or something.
I'm just checking availability on this. Oh, it's on. Yeah, you'd have to get Shudder. Oh no, it might be on YouTube. There's a Japanese film called Noroi the Curse.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, if you can get Shudder, do that. It might be on YouTube too, but I don't know if it's a full film.
It's on Prime Video.
Oh, it is. You don't need a subscription?
I do have I do have Amazon Prime. It says premium.
Oh.
So
well, premium might mean Shudder though.
Let me see. Oh, I'm fine with it says Shudder. I'm fine with paying $3.99 or whatever, $4.99 to watch a movie.
That would be a decent double review there, because I try to get people to watch that one.
Is it good?
I think it's good.
Okay. Well, Ryan shook his head like he knew what that was.
I saw it. God, what year did that come out?
2005.
Yeah, I think I saw it right around 2007. I'm really due for a rewatch.
Adding it to my watch list so I don't forget. In The Wailing. Adding that to my watch list as well. All right. So next week, same time, I'll be watching 2 horror movies for the first time in forever. This has been a 3 fucking hour stream. Holy fuck. Why? Why do you guys want to talk to me this much? I don't even like myself this much. So
mostly pity.
Yeah, I can say that. Eric, thanks for coming on again. Guys, go subscribe to Eric. Go subscribe to Ryan, or as Preston was calling him, Brian. He was calling him Brian a couple times, and I wanted to be like, yeah, just. So anyway,
I've been called worse.
Yeah, like what's a name that I could call you? Ginger.
Sir.
Oh, sir, Daddy. Kubrick, thanks for coming in, and we'll see you guys next week with me having to watch horror movies.
See you guys.